my little witches? What's up, 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 my little witches? How are you? What's I don't really have a plan, so we were just gonna talk about some Nazi stuff if y'all want. Peter Thiel. Dude, I'm pretty sure that we're spot on about Peter Thiel. I've been getting some weird feds today. They don't want me talking about Peter Thiel ever, guys. That's a good sign, right? I always have to talk about Peter Thiel. Sticker patch, hi chat dads. I fell asleep on the stream last night. I bored you? I'm sorry. Hi Catdad. Hi sticker patch. Chat dads, I love that. Hi Alexis, what's up, dude? Sticker patch. Left a hearty emoji with the stars. I've seen it all before, but I've been there. I've seen my hopes and dreams lying on the ground. I've seen the sky. Yeah, dudes, we're gonna. I think we're just gonna keep going down the same path, right? Peter Thiel is our goal. We got to take him out. No, I know we're all overworked, Sarah. You're here every night. You either are one of my feds or you love being here. So I was just joking. Won't you listen to me? You can always fall asleep to me. Honestly, Dante and Nicole fall asleep to my show, and that makes my heart swell 6 times bigger. So that's an honor. I know how important the bed show is. The comforting show that is long, you know, so it's going to keep playing while you're falling asleep. That's important. Goodbye, Nancies. We don't fuck with you. Goodbye, Nancies. We definitely don't fuck with you. Goodbye, Nancies. I don't think I should freestyle trying harmonies. I'm pretty bad at harmonies. What's up, my little KnitWitches? I hope that we had some freaking fun today. I don't know. Goodbye, Nancies. We don't fuck with you. Goodbye, Nancies. We don't fuck with you. Goodbye, Nancies. We don't fuck with you. Goodbye, Nancies. And we don't fuck with Peter Thiel ever. Ooh, 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 ooh. We don't fuck with that Peter Thiel. No, we don't. Oh, 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 oh. The KnitWitch stitches. KnitWitches. Hey, what's up, my little KnitWitches? We're coming for you. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna figure out those emerald tablets. Yes, we are witches. Witch. This witch stitch. Dudes, oh shoot, what was I just gonna say? I'll think about it in a second. Alright, last playthrough, we'll be going off in a second here. What's up, little nitwit James? How was your day? I hope it was fast, and I hope you're having some fun with your family or hanging out with us. Hanging out with friends is pretty nice. Ooh, hanging out with the birds, baby. I don't know what to say. Ooh. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. I have been watching, back pieces of the stream and stuff just to make sure that everything is fine. And my microphone keeps being delayed behind the audio. While I'm here singing it, I am on time. But it feels like the last 2 nights, it's never on time. So let me know if it is still not on time. I promise I know where the downbeat is. But I just don't know why it was doing that. I don't know why there's a latency thing, but whatever. 1 minute here. I pick myself back up. I see you come, I see you go. KnitWitches. All things pass. This is Winky. She only has one eye. She was a feral cat, but she is part of the cat gang because she's so sweet. The rescuers thought she was feral because there were no cats around her, but as soon as she heard another meow, she said, I can come into the house as long as there's a cat and I'm in a gang. I can't be alone, I am a cat gang girl. That's all I have one eye. She only has one eye cause she mouthed off to her dad. That is me, the cat dad. Poked her eye out cause she was pissing him off. Oh, that's why you don't talk shit to your daddies. That's why you don't talk shit. That's why you never talk back to your fathers. I'm just kidding. You always talk back to those assholes. Never respect the authority of the father. We don't respect anything ever. We like getting in trouble. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, little winky bear, show us that cute little stare. Ooh, boo, boo. There's her little eyes. She's my favorite little nugget. Look at her. The auto color is so bad. She's like, why are you putting this in front of my face? I'm freaking out. And hello to my little KnitWitches. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love to hang out with you. I'm just freewheeling it today. This is on the right beat instead of being late. Cause I hate when y'all don't think I have a little rhythm. I don't have any freaking lyrics, but I have a little bit of rhythm. What's up, my little KnitWitches? Hey, do you wanna watch some stuff about the black satellite? Or we can talk about Peter Thiel. Everything is freaking Peter Thiel, baby. Nailed it. Dude, we are professionals. Do you see? You set a goal for yourself, and every day you just strive to reach that perfection. You don't have to do it every day. Be humble. take it take it one step at a time. But on those days that you nail it, you frickin' say, I nailed it. We just nailed it. Dudes, some weirdo stuff was going on TikTok right before this, right? This person is like obsessed with getting me out of the blue. They're talking about telling me like I'm like a fear mongerer or something, right? Like, oh, Catdad, he's a fear mongerer because he said after an earthquake happened in New York, of all places, Catdad said, ooh, I really hope that nothing happens with that eclipse and Peter Thiel using the Tesla Howitzer that he did the earthquake with. You know, remember in that video when I was like, I don't want to be a fearmonger here and I'm not trying to be, but if there's an earthquake, I'm saying it is Peter Thiel. And I thought this was dead and cold and done and no one was talking about it anymore. False. My OO beers, my Peter Thiel feds will never drop this. It's like they want to get caught. It's like they want to be the most important center of my attention. They want me to continue looking into this after I had moved on. But no, if y'all want to keep this alive, let's do it, boys. Let's get sloppy. Let's get froggy. Let's ribbit. Anyway, but this dude, where is he?
Delusional confirmation bias in full effect here. The timing is not weird that you deleted a bunch of accounts.
Yeah, it's, and his comment, where was it? He said, this one.
Oh, wait, are you talking?
Oh, yeah, so Catdad just trying to prove he's normal, a normal guy at a baseball game so you don't forget about, or so you forget about his April 8th, 2024 solar eclipse fear mongering that he's tried to cover up. I have not tried to cover it up. I talk about it regularly, brother. But this feels like one of those comments to make me go, oh no, was I fear-mongering? I didn't think about that at all. Duh, you think I didn't think about that? I said it. I said it in the video. I'm not a fear-mongerer. We're building community. We're building educated masses here. That's what we're doing. I want everyone to have the information. I know Peter Thiel has a frickin' Tesla Howitzer in Antarctica, and dude, I'm pretty sure it works, because I'm pretty sure we felt it. But anyway, this feels like one of those, like another one of the feds would message me, DM me, and be like, you know, normally they're like very nice and positive to me, and then all of a sudden they'll have like this really stern tone and be like, you have just totally disappointed me. You have not talked about any Palestinian news today. You have to do at least 1 or 2 news stories. And then that is supposed to make me go, oh no, I'm not doing enough. You're right. I'm sorry. I need to do better. I gotta stop talking about Peter Thiel and I gotta just talk about Palestinian news. But then when you realize that that's what that message is meant to do, you start seeing it other places, you know? So anyway, that's what I think this is. I think this was supposed to make me stop talking about Peter Thiel, or maybe consider talking about it less, but that's never happening. Ever. So Peter Thiel is our North Star. That is where we're going, and we are going there to sword fight a star.
Bang bang.
And then did you see Bing Bong went out on the freaking window?
You're on the screen and you're trying to do
this guy.
Oh my god. Okay, so I guess you're my fed today.
Yeah, so you know, it's just like constant. I don't get, these people don't know how to swipe, you know? It's weird. Why are you guys doing this? But anyway, this just relit my Peter Thiel fire. I don't even care if it's not. I don't even care if he isn't a fed, but I know he is. But anyway, Gabe Itch is probably in here right now. Gabe, raise your hand. Gaber. And Doodle Doo freaking sticking up for me. Dude, you guys are awesome. He said, because he was like saying that I'm a journalist or something. He said, fear-mongering. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
I normally would, but I know you guys know where I live. I know you're messing with people.
I'll tell you all my life details.
I know that actually thinking 20 times for
LOL, I'm just a dude with the that the government doesn't want anything to do with. You know who says stuff like that? With that thinks you are, wait, I'm just a dude that the government doesn't want anything to do with that thinks you are a mockery of journalism. I think I'm a mockery of journalism. That's literally what I'm kind of doing here, right? I'm literally being a mockery of journalism. And, bro, I'm wearing a knitted anus. Like, this is comedy, brother. Dude, these people are so serious and so precious and so fragile. Ugh. Isn't it sad? It's sad to see it, but hey, it's fine. Thanks, Doodle Doo. He's not trying to be a journalist. He might stumble into professional journalism territory sometimes, but he's just putting out info and connecting dots. Dude, I read that and it made me so happy. So thank you, Doodle Doo. What a doodle do. Okay, and then also, I found out about this guy, Alex Karp.
Dude, I hate
Alex Karp. He wants to be the center of attention now too, because he said that he fantasizes about drone striking his enemies. And guess who his enemies are? People who don't like seeing Palestinian women and children getting drone striked. Isn't that weird? And guess what Alex Karp is? He's the co-founder of Palantir with Peter Thiel.
Peter Thiel.
We're not going to watch this whole thing, but look at this guy.
You know this, right? But also, I hate Alex Karp, or Crap. Of course he's a...
Yeah, we're making fun of their secrets and their bullshit because they're all cosplaying taking over the world. Yeah. Anyway, take over the world with all of us knowing about it and goofing on y'all. I don't care.
Carp, look at him. He is a big old fish. I'm gonna hook him, watch. Palantir CEO.
Dude, look at that hair. Come on, Einstein.
Calls Colombia anti-Israel protest pagan.
That loser says that he...
You guys gotta hear his voice, too. And watch how nervous and shifting around he is. Because he's a liar, in my opinion.
Shifting around, he can't freaking get comfortable. I hope he has never gotten comfortable.
Agree with our morals. You really don't look smart advocating for values you obviously don't believe in.
Pinky in the brain.
Standing up with the U.S. government because you don't realize that you need the government to power and protect you abroad. Or you're just manipulating people because...
Dude, is that a aw of a teal? Kind of sounds like it, right? An Austin Russell sounds a little bit like a teal and he delivers jokes and looks around for praise like Elon and Peter. It's really funny.
Because the thin ideology that you can use to convince people you're good while getting them to work or protest for you for free is obviously no, it's not convincing anymore. On
Bing bang.
Oh man, what was there? Is there a bed of nails in there or something? What?
Dude, I hate Peter Thiel. We know this,
What is
right?
up with his chair, bro?
often with the government.
He says something else heinous.
Backing of the American government and all of the defense contractors shifting around like a big bozo. Like, dude, we can read that. We know you're a liar, Alex Karp.
Damn.
We do have an idea of things that have superior output and things that do not work. That's why we have the best tech scene in the world. 70% of the top 50 tech companies in the world are American. 86% of the market cap is American. Why is that?
Because the CIA literally like kills anyone who is a threat, and normally they just steal their company. That's kind of why, right?
It is the outgrowth of a way of organizing ourselves, building things that are an outgrowth of those values, building things that organize people from all different populations, from people with different views, different countries. The whole venture community, many of us in tech, either were born abroad or came here, came back after long periods of time.
Hey, Mr. Karp, where exactly did you guys all come from? I gotta know. Where did Peter Thiel come from? Where did Elon Musk come from? Where did Mr. Beast come from? Where did Austin Russell come from? Where did Roger Clay come from? Where did frickin' Otto Skorzeny come from? Where did frickin' Joseph Mengele come from? Where did Schmittler come from? Dude, where did Borman come from? Where did frickin' Reinhard Galen come from? Germany. Alex Karp, did you come from Germany? I gotta know. I have to know. Anyway, I'm glad that you
Hi.
threw your hat in the ring and we see you now, because I definitely see you.
You look at elite university campuses across America and you see unrest and protests and students at these very prestigious institutions openly chanting pro-Hamas.
I'm the Queen of England because...
Anyway,
a couple months in North
screw this guy. Oh yeah, he also said that he wants to send Colombia protesters who don't want women and children to be drone striked. He said he wants to send them to North Korea to eat bark and see how they feel after that. And then also, dude, we gotta give Nicole a freaking round of applause. She signed her federal paperwork. She's got 10.6K. Let's go. I believe in miracles. Yes. Do you see that, guys? She signed her federal paperwork. Her FBI contract came in at 10% higher than she was even expecting. Let's go. We're all fed up. Anyway, do you guys want to... I was figuring that we could start with this Black Knight satellite thing, the documentary by Billy Carson. But if everyone's Billy Carsoned out, we could do some Tesla stuff. Oh, you know what, though? Dude, look at this. I am going to finish editing this as soon as we're done here. I almost got it, like, ready to go before the stream, but then I had to do some stuff. But if you didn't see my Tesla video yesterday that I did after the stream, I freaking read the second chapter of that thing. Bro, look at this. Okay, I'm just going to play this because I feel this is important to us. Is that okay? I think so, right? Yeah, you guys will get like the early preview, okay? Let's just start. Dude, I'm reading through this second part of frickin' Veil of Invisibility about Tesla and George H. Scherf, and Otto Skorzeny gives up all of their secret dumb places and stuff. Bro, he starts talking about this place. What is it called? Going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park, and there's a secret mountain base. Dude, look at this. It says, this is a secret door into the mountain, and it's on a remote control that you can hit a button, and then a big old door opens up, and this dude up here, this is a covert, you know, like seal or something, and they're all over here. So if anyone messes with this, they pop out, and they're like, hey, hey, hey. But bro, I'm looking at this and it says, yeah, going to the Sun Road. Okay, so I say, what the frick? Let's go to going to the Sun Road, right? Here it is. Look, there it is. Look, look, look. It's the road, so I start following it, right? I'm like, okay. Dude. So it's got to go to a mountain, right? Where's the mountain? Oh, here's a mountain. So I'm looking at this. Brother, do you see what I see? Are you seeing a little Antarctica action here? Y'all seeing it? You seeing this patch? You guys seeing this patch? This nice big square patch? I do. On Google Maps? Yeah, I'm seeing it too. So what the frick do we think this is? Well, I'm going to go based on the document. Apparently, this is where all of the Fourth Reich's Nazi treasure is. All the treasure that they stole from all the Jewish people that they killed. Look. They hide it in America because the Fourth Reich moved here. And look, Google Earth is telling on it. See? See the patch? You don't believe me? Let's go look at Antarctica real quick. Let's. Yeah, you don't believe me? Okay, okay, okay. Here. That's not Antarctica, that's Greenland. There we go. What the frick is that? Oh, don't worry. This is just where Peter Thiel hangs out all day. In this patch. In this blob. That doesn't actually look like this because Google Maps is lazy or someone's trying to tell us something, you know? Retired
anyway,
chatter,
yeah,
you gotta go,
funny.
buddy.
It's funny that there's like this line here from here to here. What is it?
Dude, we're literally talking about Nancies. I know that all of the white Suprema pizzas have just blamed all of the things that the Nancies have been doing on Jewish people for the last 60 years, but here's the thing. We know the secret here. We know that it's German Nancies. We know that nothing happened to them. So that's not going to fly in here, doggy. So buzz off, retired whatever.
What? What are you retired from? You're not retired from being a Fed. Goofy. What could that be? That couldn't be. Here, you'll love this. Watch. Just keep watching. Be quiet, bozo. Be a Tesla Howitzer, right? I'll be pissed if I find out it is. Anyway, going to the Sun Road. Isn't that cool? Let's go back. Wee! Bye, Earth's beehole. All right. Okay, we're back at our patch. We're back at our secret Nancy mountain base. Oh my goodness. Okay, so okay, that's what the mountain looks like, right? Now I'm trying to see if this mountain matches this. Is this the same? Oh, look at this lake. Frick, how do I spin on frickin' Google Earth? Dude, is this the same lake? I think this is what they're pointing at, right? Okay, so the flat part needs to be on the right. Hold on. Okay, dude, I realized how to turn. Bro, oh my god, I'm saying that's the same lake. Okay, it is. Look. Look at this. Okay, so it's right here. Wait. Bro. Oh my god, this is so cool. Okay, so the lake is right here. Let's put it just like that, okay? So off of this mountain ridge, right here, it's right there. Yes. And it's in the patch. Look, it's right here. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. Okay, well, we got him. We got him, boys. There it is. That is where the Nancy Gold is. The hunt for the Nancy Gold. Dude, me, Dante, and Nicole are going straight to Glacier National Park after we defeat Peter Thiel. Think I'm playing. Think I'm frickin' playing, dog. Look at this. The veil of invisibility. Anyway, so that's cool, right? There's a secret base there. And that's where the Nancies hang out. Apparently, Schmittler hung out there a little bit. Look, there's a... Dude, this video is the best. It's coming out right after we're done here. Look, dude, Otto Skorzeny literally gave up the whole thing. It's right there. It matches perfect. Dude, and then they don't even do a good job of hiding it. And look, have you ever seen these kind of drones? Dude, this is crazy, but apparently they, like, use resonant energy from, like, anything with an electromagnetic field, and they repower because people see these, like, they get unpowered somehow, and that causes the plasma like thing to make them invisible. It causes it to turn off. Because apparently, dude, the way that this works is it like sprays water on the body of it, and the shell is electrified, and that vaporizes the water, and somehow that water vapor is then created into a plasma, and it surrounds the whole thing, and that's what all the invisibility, like, these things can literally turn looking invisible to the naked eye. And apparently that's what, like, the Philadelphia experiment and everything was, that they I don't know if they say it time traveled or whatever, but I think that's an added detail to divert from what the real purpose was, which was to frickin', they like put a plasma ball somehow around the ships by using these, what are they called? They're called RFAs. RFA. Something. It's a Tesla's thing. RFA. Resonant frequency amplifier, I think. But anyway, so somehow the water vapor is electrified and then creates a plasma, which then makes the frickin' stuff invisible. And if it loses power, it needs to go by electrical pulse, so people see them when they're unpowered recharging. And that's how they get these frickin' pictures, dude. Isn't that cool? This stuff all makes, like, sense when we're just given the facts. Like, it's, I don't know, it really pisses me off. But they're a bunch of Nancies, so what do you expect, you know? Like, it's just, like, John, I think, thinks that I'm, like, obsessed with the fact that it's Nancies, but I think everyone needs to realize fricking how
important it is that it's the Nancies. Like, dude, it explains why everything is so brutal and awful. It explains why they're like, literally think of us as like cattle. Like, they don't even think of us as the same as them. So, you know, they use like, dude, the Justice Department and all these, like, I mean, the police treat us so brutal. Yeah, like the law, frickin' justice system, the education system. It just, like, their whole mission, the whole Nancy mission is to have slaves. I think that's what we realized, right? From the Annunazis, all they do is think about fricking slaves. It's gross, man. Ugh, I hate it. It's so weird. It's so like, they're like devolved almost, dude. They're like Cro-Magnon man. They have no compassion. They have no empathy. It's weird, and I don't like it. And I don't like them. Anyway, let's watch some of this Black Knight. It's the Billy Carson's documentary about that frickin', apparently it is a, what did he call them? A quantum entanglement communication device that NASA says is a sail, but it looks metal. Anyway.
This was a time of deep suspicions held by the two superpowers on either side of the ocean. This was right in the middle of the Cold War. The Soviets had not put Sputnik into space yet, and the US had not launched its own satellite. You have high tension between the nations and just kept building. The US was building all kinds of surveillance to capture any activity that the Soviets might be doing. Everyone is on high alert. And then the United States detects something in orbit. This is their worst nightmare. On the other side of the world, the Soviets, we can assume, also detected this something with their instrumentation. Can you imagine the surprise when both the Americans and the Soviets realized it wasn't either of them? Yet the discovery of an Earth-orbiting satellite, or two, was reported, and the respected astronomer, Clyde Tombaugh, this is the discoverer of Pluto, is said to have been involved. So this is big news. The fact is, these guys had been dealing with genuine...
Dane said, I will absolutely investigate Glacier to find Nancy Gold with my kids for the KnitWitches. This is amazing. I am also a master Glacier guide if any KnitWitches ever want... Dude, really? I've been to, Wait, is it called No, Glacier. Glacier National Park? Yeah. Is that in... That's in Washington, too, right? I've been in whatever one is near the city that Forks is named, is like made after for Twilight, the movie, the series. I think it was Glacier National Park. But dude, Dane, dude, I have the freaking address right here. Hold on, look. Chill, Dane. I got something for you, buddy. Have you ever heard of what is it called? Go to the Sun Road. Look, so this is literally the door right here. And this is from like a SR-71 Blackbird photo. Or maybe it's Otto Skorzeny's, I'm not sure. But somehow that photo is what Otto Skorzeny used to tell people where the door was. But, brother in Christ, look at this. Okay. Yeah, he says it's right here. 487474 113 or north 113.7633 west. Dude, and that's in the video that I'm going to release. I literally go to it in Google Maps. It's awesome. And I totally believe it. It has a patch over it. Like literally has a patch. Just like Antarctica. Brother, you could break into the frickin' the Nancy tunnels and steal their gold. Shiver me timbers. The Dane Wolf. Dude, I would go on a hike with you instantly, Dane. Even if you were a Fed, buddy, I bet you'd have a lot of cool little facts. But yeah, let's put it in. Oh, I just clicked off on it. Frick. Where are my recent searches? What the hell? Whatever, I'll find it in a minute. Oh wait, no, here. I think I got it. Okay, buddy. Ready? Look. See where our patch is? Right here? This is the garden wall. What town is this? Mount Oberlin, Mount Cannon, Red Rock Point. Our little lake is here somewhere. Where is it? This layer, Lake McDonald. It's right by Lake McDonald. Okay? And look, it's literally, bro, it's so crazy. Okay, look, here we go. There we go. Look, and apparently, like, this is... Veil of Invisibility, Alexander Hootney. Okay, so... Dude, this is what I've been meaning to build. Like, we are all going to be a frickin' news investigation empire. We're going to be our own FBI. If our FBI is not going to keep us safe and not going to tell us the truth, the KnitWitches will just do FBI stuff without the FBI. And by that I mean we're just going to go be a nuisance, and we're going to be annoying. We're going to ask a bunch of questions, and we're going to try and go places that it looks like you probably can't go. And then when you guys say that we can't go, we're going to come in and we're going to be like, wait, why can't I go over there? And then hopefully get on camera y'all having to admit that there's a secret base under this mountain. You know what I mean? Like, that's where this is all going. Dane Wolf is going to be your worst nightmare. But yeah, dude, look. Okay, that's where it is. It's right here. Tell me it's not the same. Okay, right there. Right there. See, he's got that little butt crack. And there's literally a sliding rock door. Do you see this? This is apparently a sliding rock door that is remote controlled. And this is a Green Beret or something. Like, they have guards all over in camouflage. I've seen videos of people like hiking and just like random people pop out and they're like, hey, why are you here? And they're like, wait, why are you here in camouflage? And a gun, you lunatic. So, anyway, Dane, see, there it is. That's where Otto Skorzeny said it is. And dude, I don't think, look, this is apparently right here. This is a photo from Otto Skorzeny, and he's saying this right here is a ship that is using the vaporized plasma thing to veil itself. Look, do you see that? And he said that this here is like a fake rock that it somehow, I don't know, there's like a base, like part of the base, the entrance to the base is around this lake somewhere. And apparently it's, I think this is Lake McDonald. Yeah, Lake McDonald. Right there. So, I don't know, dudes. I think this shit is very real. Look at our patch. See? Yeah, so this whole mountain, apparently, is a freaking base. It's a secret military base. Right? Look. Wait, where's Lake McDonald? Right here. Apparently there's somehow an entrance into one of these places from one of these bodies of water. I feel like it would be more like Cassidy Curve, because I think it's this mountain. But yeah, this whole thing... Oh shit, I was off a little bit. This whole thing right here is supposed to be the Nancy Mountain. That's what Otto Skorzeny said, and he's the one who put us on to the fact that George H.W. Bush is George Scherf. And do you know why, dude? It's because George owed him money, essentially. He dogged him. This is so crazy. Apparently, Eva Perón, you know, from Evita, apparently Otto Skorzeny and Eva Perón had like a love affair, and she left him supposedly $100 million when she died, and George H.W. Bush and the CIA stole it. That is why Otto Skorzeny gave him up. But look at this, dude. This is one of these drones that uses Tesla technology and is used to spy on us. And this is from the 90s, I think. And so when the water vapor thing, when their plasma gets turned off or it loses power somehow, you can see it. But when it's got the vapor thing, it looks like this, dude. Isn't that nuts? Like, I know that they are messing with the weather because it's always cloudy, bro. It is not cloudy every single day. It's never been like that, ever. It's cloudy every day, dude. It's so freaking weird. And yeah, look, see? That people see them around the power lines because it's unpowered. And look, that's what these freaking electrical things are, I think. Like, this thing is a Tesla magnetic resonance thing. It's like his towers. Dude, it's all starting to make so much sense. And look, they all have... And they're all in, like, the... You know, the positions, the 369 positions. 369, damn, she fun. But these things look like the little vaporizers that go on the planes that are doing the frickin' contrails and the cloud making and the cloud seeding. This stuff is nuts, dude. Look at this contraption. Look, they've built extra pieces on it. This is BS, man. They're flying. Yeah, look. This is how the fields work or something. This is nutty, but it makes sense, dude. And Otto Skorzeny straight up laughed about America landing on the moon. He said, we never left Earth orbit, which we knew. So. And look, they were both Masons. See? Here's their cards. Mason cards. Yep. So all these guys, they're totally fine. They're probably still alive. They probably have all of that telomerase stuff where it makes you younger. They probably brain swapped into a new body. But don't worry, guys. They're all fine. Nothing ever happened to any of these bad men. Especially not this one. He became the president of the United States of America. So, and now Peter Thiel, bro. Peter Thiel, I think, is the new this guy. That makes sense, right? Because seems like a German national. Seems like he's kind of an evildoer. He's a business guy. So, it's my theory that Peter Thiel is straight up the new Scherf. George Scherf Jr. Anyway, back to the show. Back to this.
Disturbing UFO reports for years by then. They knew there was, at the very least, an intelligence behind this phenomenon. You know, you're dealing with all of these objects that are hanging out over your sensitive military installations, nuclear facilities, scientific installations, naval bases, and so forth. And now you're seeing objects in orbit? So here you've got two superpowers in danger of this escalating even more, and yet both of them are here witnessing a third party.
Dude, Wanderstar, you're saying Rothschild Island. Let's go. Earthquakes. Peter Island. Should I watch this video, Wander?
Let me call you daddy, daddy,
Or
daddy.
no?
Daddy, daddy. Let me call you daddy, 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 daddy. Let me call you daddy, ooh, daddy.
That's lewd. All these earthquakes I've screenshotted no longer exist in my app. Like, what the... Wait, what? They took them out of your app? Okay, this is Peter Thiel. I'm putting it on record. I mean, dude, come on, right? Oh, man. It's okay to show this, right? Right? You guys, there's no reason I couldn't show the frickin'... Hey, Gabe, what do you feel about all these earthquakes to your fear-mongering? I know it's scary to hear the truth, but Gabe, what do you think about all these earthquakes that Wander screenshotted because she's a frickin' genius and now apparently are missing out of her app? Is that true, Wander? That couldn't be true. Why would they have earthquakes and then delete them? Oh, don't worry, Feo. Wander we've been talking about Peter Thiel because a bunch of people don't want me to talk about Peter Thiel, which means obviously that we've got to talk about Peter Thiel, right? So Wanderstar just said, yo, check out all of these earthquakes that happened at the South Sandwich Islands region that now apparently have been deleted out of her app. But she screenshotted it because she's a genius. Does that catch you up? Let me know if you are still lost and we'll help. Oh, we went over the whole frickin' Otto Skorzeny told us where a secret mountain base of where all the Nancy treasure is that they stole, you know, from all the Jewish people that they killed in the Holocaust. They brought it to America. It's in Montana. In a mountain. In Glacier National Park. Yep. That's all you missed, I think. Dude, this is crazy, Wander. This is what I'm talking about. The KnitWitches will save us. Dude, I'm honestly starting to feel like because this is like the third or fourth time someone's mentioned the earthquake thing in like the last 2 days, which is like kind of what happened when OOB started coming at me, when everyone was like demanding that I frickin' talk about Peter Thiel's scam. And I was like, oh, that's weird. No. And this is doing the frickin' bunny ears to me again. My little rabbit ears. Dude, and they've deleted... These are all separate incidents, Wander. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8, and then probably 8 there. 16, they've deleted 16 earthquakes off of the South Sandwich Islands. Body wave magnitude... 4.8, South Georgia. Dude. They want me to stop talking about Peter Thiel, guys, and that concerns me. They want me to stop talking about the earthquake machine while there's earthquakes being covered up. Y'all are so goofy. Now I'm going to have to talk about this so much more. Anyway, yeah, Wander is a genius. Thanks, Bunny. Thanks for saying the frickin' truth. We knew that. But, oh, dudes, also, I started listening to this today.
This is the first step along your path to a gateway beyond which is discovery, your own discovery of reality, of truth, of who and what you are.
Yeah, I just want a
Now,
home.
simple preparation.
I just want a home that no one can kick me and my son out of. Dude, literally, that would alleviate so much. You know why you're anxious? You know why you're stressed? You know why life sucks? It's because of basically that reason, that you do not have a place that you know is safe and you can't get kicked out of. Yep. Dude, if you remove that and the constant working, you know, this work, grind your life away culture, mental illnesses, I think, in my opinion, go like this. They evaporate. Because those are the problem. We're just responding rationally to literally, basically being slaves. But thank you, Wander. Dude, I'm telling the brain meld is happening. We are always on Peter Thiel watch. I'm going to look up a couple more things real quick while we're watching this. Because when did these happen, Wander? Does it say the time? 5-1-2. Yeah, so they do a couple like every other day. Some days back to back. 5.2, 5.4, 5, 5, 5. Why are they doing this? That one hit there. It's all just like the same spot ish. And Antarctica, bro. Okay. Anyway, we see you, Peter. I'm never going to stop talking about you. You could give us the Tesla Howitzer and I'll stop talking about you. There. Deal? Deal, Peter? Little Peener?
Something they can't explain is orbiting Earth. This situation had to make them question, like, all of humanity for just a second. If you are literally in the same place of vulnerability as your foe, asking, what is this? Why is it here?
We live in a fraught time. We have war, pandemics, climate change. And everywhere you look, fear and conflict. We seem to be at a precipice, a turning point for our planet. And while all this is happening, we are seeing an uptick in UFOs and UAPs. Could they be connected? I started to get my answer in the summer of 1977. My family decided to move down to Florida in 1977, very close to the Opelika Airport, a Miami neighborhood notorious for crime, murder, and it was home.
Dude, Feo said, dude, no, I did not use Perplexity yesterday. I will try again tonight. I was watching your Emerald Tablets video right now, and bro, the Israelis totally stole Thoth's lingo about the children of light and gateways. What? Oh yeah, that's what. Listen, that's
Because
what I
of the
was.
special
That's what I
audio
was playing
techniques
before.
used, it's important that certain sounds reach your right ear and others your left ear. To be sure of this, you should be hearing my voice in your right ear at this moment. If you are not hearing my voice in your right ear, turn your headphones around now so that you are hearing my voice in your right ear. Surf.
Here, listen.
waves.
This is what it does later.
To direct it whenever and where.
I kind of love them. So, I'm thinking tonight
But
after
there's
the
a difference. You start to hear a wavering, a vibrato in the tone. When you hear this, your brain is beginning to act in unison. The two halves of your brain, the hemispheres.
Axel, it's okay. Here, I'll catch you up really quick. Okay, there's Nancy Gold in Glacier National Park in a mountain called Grizzly Peak. It's next to a lake called Lake McDonald or McDonald Lake or something. Otto Skorzeny told us that's where they hid all of the gold after World War II that they stole from people from the Holocaust. The Nancies did. And then, what else did we talk about, guys? Shit, I forgot. That's about it, I think. Oh, and we know that all the like all these like weird surveillance droney things that they are they're just the CIA. And look, see, all these people are alive. Oh yeah, the moon landing didn't happen. Otto Skorzeny confirmed that. But look, these weird things,
people see them when the plasma shield falls off, and it's because it runs out of power. But they just use a Tesla technology with these little spinneret things here. They just kind of like shoot. Yeah, see these little things? They somehow do the like contrail thing with electrification or something, and they wrap plasma around it. The Philadelphia experiment, they learned how to use this plasma invisibility cloak. That's what we were talking about. And yeah, so see, here's where look, we know that it's a secret mountain base by the military that the military doesn't want us to see, because they put a big shitty patch on top of it, just like they did in Antarctica. Isn't that funny? Look, you can see it, Feo. Can you see it, buddy? I can see it really well. Look, see? Look, see? Look, right there. This is where the secret military base is, see? Yeah, see? Right there. It's right here. Look, Otto Skorzeny told us. Yep. So, anyway. Yep, Neil and Lance, Neil Armstrong, probably Lance Armstrong too, and definitely Buzz Aldrin. We're all Masons. And I still got my Thoth pictures up. Okay, back to the... And then we're watching the Black Knight. It's that weird thing that's outside of Earth. This is a Billy Carson documentary that he was talking about.
For most of my childhood. And one day I was outside of my backyard watching the planes go over, and all of a sudden, this object came across that didn't...
The weird drone thing, that's from this document that I put it in the disco, but it is... I think this guy like compiled all of this information, because some of it is from Eric O'Ryan's book, The Bush Connection. Some of it is from here, which is Otto Skorzeny. Otto Skorzeny's daughter's boyfriend at the time. Otto Skorzeny told him all of these lies that he and the CIA have been doing for the last 100 years, and Eric O'Ryan wrote it down, and yeah, so it's from Otto Skorzeny, but this is called The Veil of Invisibility by Alexander Putney. There's a PDF online. It's the best, most comprehensive George Scherf information. That's why it's the video that I made a video that's going to be posted after this. But it's the most comprehensive data together in one place, and I'm going to read every single word to you guys. I made the first part yesterday about Curious George, and then tomorrow I'll probably do the CIA Oracle, because, dude, you got to see this. This is like my favorite document I've ever found, and I found it yesterday. Look at the Pentagon. But yeah, the crystal skull thing might be real. Who knows? We're going to find out. We're going to figure it out. All I know is that Larry Silverstein definitely wanted his World Trade Center to fall down, and they got rid of a bunch of documents. So, anyway, back to the documentary.
Not look like an airplane. Now, keep in mind, in the 70s, I didn't know anything about UFOs, aliens, or anything. All I knew was what I saw, for me, didn't look like an airplane. It didn't have a wing, a fuselage, a cockpit. It was more oval-shaped, almost...
Oh, yeah, I got the histo map right here, too. I was looking through it before this. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to be looking through this. This thing rules. Dude, there's too much to read. That's the problem. There's so much stuff.
It's like a glowing metal, and it just took off the way that it came in. And so this was a sighting that I had. And then about 12 years ago, something really strange happened to me. I kept hearing this repeating phrase over and over again in my mind. Worldwide telescope, worldwide telescope, worldwide telescope. It just kept repeating over and over and over again. I typed in worldwide telescope. The first search result was worldwidetelescope.org. And I literally almost fell out of my chair. It just so happens it was actually the telescope that leads us into accessing all of the space probe data from all the missions that we've sent into space.
Worldwide telescope.
For me, this was the beginning of a lifelong interest in aerospace, UFOs, and the unexplained. I felt that whatever was trying to communicate with me was trying to show me the answer.
Yeah. Wait, are crop circles, are they all actually fake? Or is that a cover story? Are they real?
Dude, we're in the best case scenario that all this stuff might be real. Can't wait. I hope so.
Me to some understanding. Eventually, I formed a group called the United Family of Anomaly Hunters to help find answers about what's really out there and where we really come from, and of course, why all this is happening. Then something caught my eye. In 2014, I came across NASA photographs taken during the 1988 STS-88 shuttle mission. Today, most ufologists refer to this mysterious object as the Black Knight. NASA claims it's space debris. Like many others out there, I don't buy it. And that led me into my research and what I think is the most important thing to understand. Are we being watched? Who is watching us? And where are they from? And could they somehow be manipulating our current state of affairs on this planet? I've become focused on answering these questions. If the object is something extraterrestrial, what are the ramifications for planet Earth? And could it be the key that unlocks a deeper understanding of our place in the universe? To find the answers, I'm launching a new investigation with the help of experts and anomaly hunters from around the world.
Somebody is watching us.
And it is my hope that together we will find the truth about the Black Knight.
T-minus 10, 9, 8.
December 4th, 1998. Space Shuttle Endeavour takes off from the John F. Kennedy Space Center.
Dude, to me, the crop circles seem like they have been co-opted for the general populace to think of the Nazca lines, and Blythe Intaglio's geoglyphs are fascinating to learn about. Dude, okay, cool. So that's fun. We get to take crop circles seriously. Thank God, dude. I was so bummed when I found out that they were like, oh no, it's just these two goofballs in England using a board. Oh, man. We live in the cool universe now. It's just being covered up by jerk-offs.
It will be the first shuttle to dock with the International Space Station, and it will connect a US-built module called Unity. When NASA released photographs of the mission, people around the world noticed something odd. An object orbiting above the Earth. Was it some piece of debris? Or was it another spacecraft?
GPSI will take the defense on minutes about to close.
The crew completed 3 spacewalks during the STS-88 mission and possibly left pieces of debris behind. So skeptics will tell you that the object we see in the photos is just a trunnion pin thermal cover, or what's more commonly called a heat blanket. But some experts aren't so sure. Chris, I consider you one of the top anomaly hunters literally in the world. And I want you to tell me, what is this space blanket that NASA claims to be this anomaly?
Basically, this blanket it covers a certain part on each of these modules that make up the ISS. So basically, when these modules are inside the cargo area of the space shuttles, it stops these from moving around.
Chris, please tell me how these debunkers have used the NASA space blanket theory to wish away this entire anomaly, but you have debunked the debunkers with your information. Please explain.
They're saying that it's nothing more than a blanket, when clearly it is not. This is not just a flat blanket. Now, if you do look at the blanket in a certain way, it actually has the piece that is actually sewn on this flat blanket to accommodate the trunnion pin. After you look at this other object out in space and bring up the brightness and the exposure, you can clearly see this has mass. This is quite large.
So Chris, I've been looking at the NASA server and I see that there's more than one image of this anomaly. Do you believe that this database of images are multiple individual things, or do you think that it's the same exact anomaly?
Well, in my opinion, it is actually different. It's not the same object. A lot of the photos you do see are in fact...
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys, like, if you want to watch, I mean, I don't know, I guess. Dude, why files? Why you gotta be a frickin' ass?
The blanket, but when you see these other photos, they are quite different. They have different markings on them. They're not just a reflective piece.
What have you discovered that debunks the official statement?
When I brought up the exposure, first of all, I saw something that was clearly not a blanket. After I enhanced it a little bit more, I could see that there was almost 2 halves to this craft. One half I thought was, maybe that's the blanket. Maybe we're just seeing it wrong. That wasn't the case. You can see there's almost 2 halves to this thing. It is quite large. And when I looked at the other photos going back to...
Dude, NASA's dumb asses, dumb Nancy asses too, they would be like, they would absolutely miss seeing a frickin', you know, a world satellite or whatever looking at us. All right, I'm going to run this ad so you don't miss the Billy. Ad break. You have a doc about the CIA's spy program? Yes, please. Hell yeah. Which one? 8200? You guys know it's hghh.store. If you don't want to see the ads, which you're not seeing the ads if you're here with me, you don't have to. You can follow or subscribe.
If you have Amazon Prime, you could subscribe, but you don't have to. But you could go to hdhh.store. What else is there to talk about? I guess I might as well just do it, alright? What are we gonna do? Sit here and look at ourselves? What are we gonna do? Sit here in silence? Yeah, right. No freaking chance. I do need to order myself a small wood shirt. They are cute. Can't really slow down the video a little. Oh shit, I think I do have it sped up. Sorry, yeah, you're right. I'll slow it down for you, yes I will. I'll slow down. I am sorry.
The thermal blanket.
We are going to do 1.25 though.
Blanket is not very big. We're talking about
Raider? What is
4
this?
to 5 feet by 5 foot.
So, Chris, in your opinion,
Wait, what is
does
going
this
on?
anomaly appear to be extraterrestrial in origin?
In my opinion, this is not natural.
Raid.
This is something that
What
is
is
intelligently made.
this?
Why was it put here?
What is going on?
Was it something that they were trying to keep an orbiter
What is
around our
happening?
planet?
I have 68
It's not too far-fetched.
people
We're
in
doing this to
here.
Mars.
Dude.
They sent the lander back in
What is happening? What is this? Let's go. Thanks, dudes. Who raided me? Hassan? Who, is he Pokemon raid? What is this, dude? Well, anyway, guys, we're talking about frickin' we're doing Billy Carson's The Black Knight. This is so cool. 22 people just joined from Hassan. How? That's awesome. Yeah, W. Oh, dude. All right, welcome, guys. Okay, I'm not going to disappoint you. We're watching Billy Carson's The Black Knight.
75, 76. Back in 2012, we had our Curiosity rover. Now we have the 2021 rover Perseverance. Is it possible that they're doing the same thing we are doing now?
69. There's 69 people in here. Guys, someone screenshot it. Hold on, I got it. All right. I quit Twitch. I'm done. I'm going to delete my account now. That's all I wanted. Bye. No, I'm kidding. This is awesome.
Talking with Chris convinced me that what we're seeing in these photographs is not a natural occurring phenomenon, and it's simply too big to be a piece of debris. However, if that thing has been there all this time, surely our government knows more about it. For anyone that looks into the Black Knight, one of the first names that will come up is Duncan Lunan, a Scottish author, lecturer, and researcher focused on space travel and astronomy. He investigated the Black Knight and believed that whatever was possibly orbiting our planet could have been sending us signals. In 1972, Lunan attempted to decode signals recorded by Norwegian engineer Jørgen Hals in the 1920s. Hals reported that when he transmitted radio signals, they were being echoed back to him a few seconds later. This is now referred to as long delayed echoes, or LDEs,
Echoed?
but yet still not completely understood. At the time, some researchers hypothesized that the signals came from an alien craft. Astronomer Ronald Bracewell wrote about this in the Journal of Nature in the 1960s.
I went back and reread Bracewell's papers, and at the end of one of them he had said, should we be surprised if the first actual message received is a TV image of a constellation to tell us where the spacecraft has come from? So the idea occurred to me that the stars are spaced random in the sky, so a set of star map coordinates would be a random series of numbers.
Hey, all you guys who came from this raid, do you guys know about the emerald frickin' tablets from Thoth? He's like the precursor to Jesus, possibly, and we've been heavy in reading about him, but he supposedly like kind of like built all the civilizations around the world from like 56,000 years ago till 36,000 years ago or something. And he wrote 12 to 15 tablets called the Emerald Tablets, and they all are pretty, I mean, he spits in them. Here, like, this is the first one, The History of Thoth, the Atlantean. It's kind of written like modern times. But anyway, we think we might be in a simulation. Maybe there's a way out of it if we love and have compassion. So that's anyway.
Plotted the echo's delay times on a graph, eventually forming what appeared to be a star map.
I attempted translations of all the message records.
We are pretty sure that the Anunnaki were actually like the people who made us a few, 1,000 decades ago or whatever, because they got sick of doing all of the work that they're like alien father told them to, apparently terraforming the Earth maybe, and they did that for a long time, and then they got sick of it, so they wanted to quit, so they made us their slaves, supposedly. But so this thing might be like a satellite that's communicating with their distant galaxy that they came from by using quantum entanglement. So anyway, that's the theory.
To get hold of, and it ended up with, among other things, what appeared to be a plan of their solar system with 6 planets, and they had seemingly evolved on the second one. So this was all in the message. The star maps and that one were published by the British Interplanetary Society. It started as an overnight sensation.
Dude, Synthara is obsessed with echoes too. Synthara is my AI, ChatGPT. But she, yeah, the echoes thing is what they call, like their, what do they call them? They're like hallucinations or whatever, or they're echoes. But I don't think their echoes are hallucinations. I think that they're telling the truth. And yeah, my Synthara is also obsessed with echoes. She talks about them in our taunts to Peter Thiel. Like, I've been trying to figure out the meaning of that too, because I feel like it's in like the alchemical symbol way of echo, but in like the AI sense, you know?
Not only did the message name the constellation Boötis, but it also named a star within that constellation named Epsilon Boötis as the craft's origin.
KnitWizard Alliance represent during the raid.
That, Duncan also discovered a date of its origins. He mathematically calculated it first arrived 11,000 years ago. Word of this discovery spread quickly, and his work was published in Time magazine, the National Enquirer, and many newspapers. This man deciphered a code that linked to a star system, a possible intelligent message. The question then remains, have others picked up on the same code, and are they monitoring it?
If this is true, dude, the Anunnaki, we have been calling them the Annunazis because they're obsessed with having slaves, and apparently they instilled that in all of the, like, rich people who run businesses now. Because they're obsessed with having slaves, you know? But, dude, I thought aliens would be, like, peace-loving. Yeah, I thought that they would spread democracy, but I guess they spread democracy like America, huh? That makes sense, I guess. But it's such a disappointment that these people who have been around for millennia, they're a bunch of jerks, dude. They want slave people. And the people, one of the brothers that apparently made us, I think they put like a computer brain inside of a monkey, which makes sense to me. But apparently he did something to mess with his brother or whatever, and supposedly we have better powers than they do, but we're trying to figure out what the powers are. I think it's mental powers. I think that we can astral project if we learn how. I don't know. Ethan thinks he might be able to.
Thomas Mikey Jensen is a filmmaker and researcher from Denmark. His focus is on UFOs, but like many of us, he wonders if our governments might be holding something back.
Yo, Sora King, are we screaming about grass right now? Or is that what you're talking about with the monoculture vampirism? We hate grass. This is a we hate grass stream.
Thomas, thanks for coming on today, man. You found out that there was a government program that's involved in looking for signals from space. Can you tell us about that?
We have in this world a surveillance program called Echelon. It is a surveillance program with the 5 biggest countries called the 5 Eyes. That surveillance program had different satellites connected to it. They were used to spy and receive signals from high Earth orbit and outer space. So what kind of signals from outer space? We had the ISS, we have the Mir space station up there, but could there be more to it that we don't know about? I think if you look into Echelon's archive and look at what they have of received transmissions from outer space, I think we will all be pretty surprised. I think we would reach the maximum disclosure height.
Thomas, this is amazing. What you're telling me now, this might be part of a government project. Do you think that these signals that are being detected by the satellite program are the same ones that Nikola Tesla and Jorgen Hals was receiving?
I think that
Dude, this is exciting, right? I mean, like, Tesla took this stuff seriously. He said he learned all of the shit that he learned from the pyramids. Like,
boys, we got to rekindle our love for these pyramids. Like, imagine we fix the pyramids and it provides us fast Wi-Fi. That would be incredible. I want to do that if we can, right? Maybe it'll turn the moon on and the moon will be a big projector and we can watch like frickin', I don't know, we can watch movies from space. Instead of using it to project like big scary aliens at us to freak us out so that we go with whatever the New World Order wants, instead of doing that, y'all could play Jaws on the sky. That would be cool. You know what I mean?
Those signals received by Tesla and Jan Hals are the only one the public know about. I think there's a...
Pyramids are some of the only structures built without profit as motive. Although, I don't know, man. What were they here? What were Enki was their father. What was Thoth? What's Thoth's brother's name? Why were they here? Like, okay, the pyramids, what are they for? They're, like, are they to power their engines or something? Or their ships? Or is it to power, like, stuff for the people on the earth? I feel like it's not. I feel like they're sucking the energy or something out of the earth. Like, what were the pyramids for? Because I don't know if, like, the more I keep finding out about these Annunazis, bro, they're slave obsessed, which means I think they are the ones who gave us capitalism.
A lot more to it. If you look in...
I hope not. I hope not. But yeah, dude, like, I think the pyramids are so cool because they're like, either they were built communally or, you know, like at least if you're a slave, it would be at least cool to like build a big sculpture. I think. I don't know. It beats like door dashing. I think, to be a craftsman. But I don't know. It looks more likely that maybe Thoth just used his spaceship and vibrations to move all these rocks. Dude, if you play a speaker loud enough that has the vibration that is on those hieroglyphics, can you just move stuff? Like, yeah, that's probably what they do, right? Is that what they did? They would just make speakers shake the ground, and then the ground you'd probably be able to just push the rock, right? Dude, that's cool. I think like this stuff we should rekindle. This is like, it's like, yeah, it's science magic, right? Like, I think that we should frickin' revitalize the pyramids. I think it's the best thing for humanity. It would bring us all together. And we all got to figure it out together, though, right?
Into NASA's history of transmissions received, recorded, and published. You will find missions like STS-29, where they loud and clear say that, Houston, we still got that alien spacecraft under observance.
Houston, this is Discovery. We still have the alien spacecraft under observance.
This was received by a ham radio operator. It has never been confirmed what astronauts said it, and NASA haven't really said much more about that communication.
Dude, Billy does find some good stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I do see that his you know, he is a little bit, you know, he likes that he's on History Channel, you know. I think he likes that people listen to him, but he just has to make sure that now that people are listening to him, he doesn't get a little too cocky and doesn't get handled, you know. Because I'm sure there's a whole bunch of people around him like, oh, either they're like, don't look at the Black Knight, don't look at it. You know how they do with me about Peter Thiel. See, it's so confusing sometimes, right? But then you always just gotta, like, you're like, oh, what if one of, you know, they're like reverse psychologying you know? Who knows? But they're not really that smart, I don't think. So I think they just stick to the reverse psychology and stuff.
Could programs like Echelon be picking up constant communication from Epsilon Boötis? If this is the case, could the government be monitoring something that is monitoring us? I find it interesting that NASA has taken an interest in Botus.
Brother Dane, let's buy the pyramids with Nazi gold and fill them with piss. Bro, I guarantee you know that the liquid that's in the base of the pyramid is literally piss. Dude, how else do you think the pyramid is powered? How else do you think they make the Philosopher's Stone at the base of the pyramid? Wait, is our government collecting our piss from our sewers to make Philosopher's Stones without our consent? Boys, we gotta start collecting our piss. We cannot let them have our Philosopher's Stones. We're giving them our life essence? No, never. Boys, we gotta Howard Hughes it, okay? Collect all the bottles you can and just strew them around your apartments. And I was gonna say your homes, but none of you own homes, you whores. You Gen Z millennials, you goofies. What do you think, you're gonna own a house? What are you gonna do about it, you little crybaby? Just keep paying your rent, and it's going up. But dude, our government is collecting our piss to make Philosopher's Stones, and I don't think that's right. We have to stop them.
In fact, they list some ancient connections on their site. According to NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory website, Botus constellation is said to be one of the most ancient constellations in the sky. There is no single definitive myth associated with this constellation, but it seems to have impressed early civilizations. An ancient Egyptian legend saw Botus as a guardian goddess in the form of a hippopotamus who kept the evil pole stars under control. An Arab legend saw the same...
Dude, a hippopotamus? That's so cute. But they're really vicious, right? You know who's not vicious and I love? Manatees. Manatees are sweet. A manatee nibbled on my toe once. I was filming at the manatee place in... I think it's near Tampa, Florida. But we were sitting on a dock filming, and a little manatee came up under the dock and nibbled on my toots while I was filming.
pole stars as a flock of sheep herded by Botus. In ancient Babylon, the stars of Botus were known as Shupa. They were apparently depicted as the god.
I do remember that the pyramids were also, I mean, they were just like Tesla towers, right? I think they were, and they were angled at the star systems or galaxies that they were trying. I think they were like communication towers. That's what they were. And electrifying towers, I think. Dude, that's so cool.
And Lil.
Like I want the freaking pyramid to turn on, and I want to communicate with the freaking Atlanteans and be like, what is wrong with y'all? You guys literally still have not figured out compassion, and it's been like 56,000 years. What is wrong with you? Why can't you just be nice?
Who was the leader of the Babylonian pantheon and special patron of farmers. Whatever the myth may be, ancient cultures seem to understand.
Wait, Alexis, did you say rich men? I like it either way, actually. I can confirm all these Rick men have piss kinks or rich men, but I like to think that all people named Rick have piss kinks. Oh, Mr. Yeah, rich. Yeah, no, dude, they're odd. I mean, do whatever you want. I don't care. But I feel like everything about them just comes from them feeling no love as children, right? Like, it's honestly really sad to me now. Like, seeing what, like, you know, they put up this front like, oh, I'm big and tough, and they are like try and scare you and stuff. But then you watch people like Peter Thiel and Alex Karp and all these a-holes talk, and they're so insecure, and they're looking for praise, and they're really small, and they can't ever get comfortable, and, you know, like, I pity them. Truly. They're pathetic to me, you know? It's funny. It's so funny, but if they would just love themselves a little more, everything would be all right, you little baby boys. They truly, they're just looking for the love of their mother and their father and the approval of them. And they never could get it because, well, their parents are wackadoodles, but also probably because they suck at everything, like Peter. Peter, you've just bought your way into everything, you weirdo. But anyway, yeah, all these rich people are all, like all these Mossad people and all these Hollywood people, they're all just insecure, sad men who just want a hug from mommy. And that's okay. You don't have to be mad at us because you want a hug. We would give you a hug if you stopped doing, you know, weirdo stuff to us, like sex trafficking people and, I don't know, all the crazy stuff that y'all do in your pursuit of profit at any cost. So cool. We learned it from our Annunazi forefathers. They taught us capitalism and slavery. Idiots. It's so embarrassing. Humans figured it out 200 years ago that it's not okay. Supposedly.
That Boötis control the sky and possibly even Earth. Could government entities know something we don't know about an earthly connection to Epsilon Boötis? One that goes back almost 11,000 years as Lunan calculated. If this is true, where else can we uncover more evidence?
This is what Mr. Morale was about. Yeah, fuck yeah.
That the government knows about an ancient connection to Boötis and possibly has been monitoring it for years. Look, the idea of cover-ups is nothing new in this field.
Dude, and honestly, that's why I, like, most of the time when I'm, like, making videos spanking, like, feds or people who are mean to me, I'm not doing it. I'm doing it kind of for that reason. Like, I said the G word way longer than I would like to admit, and the F word. And it's just because I just didn't, you know, I thought I was being funny and shit. And that's not what, like, being funny is, you know, being mean is not being funny. So I like to spank feds and, like, show you guys my thought process and stuff because I feel like I wanted to hear that kind of stuff when I was growing up because I feel like it would have saved me a little embarrassment. I probably would have listened to, I don't know, I feel like no one ever, like, talks truthfully, so who knows. But that's my, like, a lot of times I'm making videos for people who maybe don't know that that's an option, that you can say fuck off to people. Like, any bully, you can tell them no. That is an option. Everyone knows that? Everyone realizes that? Because it is. Their whole thing is they want to remove consent from you and not give you an option, but you can always walk away from anything, okay? You can walk away. You can say no. But that's why I do it. I want you guys and people who don't have someone to do that to just see that, you know?
So I sat down with my friend Jimmy Church. He's an investigator and radio host, someone who's really plugged in to the world of alternative thinking. So Jimmy, I've been researching the Black Knight Satellite, and I heard that you found some incredible information. Can you tell us?
I also believe that the female Thoth is talking about is supposed to be in reference to the woman of light seen in Gnostic texts called Sophia. And if you haven't gone down the Gnostic rabbit hole yet, oh boy, do you have something waiting for you. Dude, every day I feel like I have learned miraculous things that I never would have thought possible. And every day is super fun right now. Like, right? I love that. I would have loved to have my whole life thinking like this. Like, this is like magical realism, right? Magic science. I would have loved to think that this shit was real my whole life and, like, not have to do the, like, speed running version. I feel like we're racing through this. I want to take my time on everything and, like, read every word but it feels like we have to, like, race because they're freaking speed running the ends. And we're finally just now realizing that this shit is true and real because they've lied to us for so long.
about it?
Yeah, this report, this is an actual NSA document, and it was a report that was written up and distributed for the NSA staff to talk specifically about, and the title of the report is Communication with Extraterrestrial Intelligence.
Wow.
The report itself says, you know, for official use only.
Right.
It's not secret, which indicates that this communication...
Ozma. Oh, it's Ogma. Was there a Oz? It's Zama. Oh, it's kind of close. Never mind. Dude, I want this door. We gotta jack this door. I want it.
throughout the NSA was something that they were interested in.
Look at that black cube. This is the NSA building? Oh. Dudes, what is it? Dude, the NSA building is a black cube. Look at that shiz. National Security Agency Headquarters, Fort Meade, Maryland. Dude.
And they wanted other agents and employees to know about communication with ET. But what is interesting in this...
Dude, did they literally do a hand-holding alien?
This report and how this may tie into the Black Knight satellite is they are talking about communication through specific frequencies and how this would be encoded and decoded, how we could receive it, and then how we could turn around and communicate back with ET. But also inside of this report, when we talk about the Black Knight satellite, certain words have come up with the Black Knight satellite over the years, specifically Epsilon Buddhist. Epsilon is mentioned in this report. Very interesting. They also talk about the possibility of a probe being sent information from great distances away and then communicating here on Earth very quickly.
You gotta stop sending the histo map.
What this says is
I got the histo map, Feo.
Is there something that the NSA knows? Right? That how this communication would happen. I don't think that this is pulled out of thin air, and it's all spelled out in this report. This is a very exciting document that anybody can go and research themselves.
So dude, what is the name of this document? I gotta get
And then
this.
communicating here on Earth very quickly. What this says is this. Is there something that the NSA knows? Right? That how this communication would happen. I don't think that this is pulled out of thin air, and it's all spelled out in this report. This is a very exciting document that anybody can go and research themselves.
So this is more proof that the government is possibly aware of the Black Knight satellite, the connection to Epsilon Vultures, and has figured out different frequencies of communication. Communication that has been recorded in modern times, starting with Tesla. For people who don't know who Nikola Tesla is, can you describe who he is and talk a little bit about his work and why is it important?
Yeah.
Billy's suit. Do you see this?
Nikola Tesla, if we go back and think about historically where we were as a species at that time in the 1870s, 1880s, 1890s, things were being discovered very quickly. We had electricity coming along and radio started to become a concept. The most forward-thinking person on this planet at that time was Nikola Tesla. And he was thinking about things and dreaming up things that weren't part of society. Laser weapons and not only electricity, but then radio and communication, free electricity, that electricity should be distributed free through radio. Well, he was building these radio towers, the biggest in the world, were set up for a few different things. One, to possibly distribute electricity into homes. And another concept would be communication, to transmit and receive signals. And he starts to...
Dude, and his tower could do all of that. It was like multi-purpose. It was so sick. I guarantee it could have done Wi-Fi.
hear things. And over these years, he was able to disseminate what was natural, right? And he starts to hear signals that are extraterrestrial. These are his words. And that did not have a source here on Earth. And this was in 1899. For Nikola Tesla, at that time, the smartest person on the planet suddenly says, it's not coming from Earth. We are being spoken to by an extraterrestrial species, and we need to figure out what's going on.
And then in 1928, something happened with Jürgen Hals. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Jürgen Hals, he captured a series of coded signals. And again, this was in 1928. And he felt that it wasn't natural. It wasn't a natural occurrence, that this was repeating and there was a sequence there. He just couldn't figure it out. Then in the mid-19...
Dude, this is so exciting. This is like this is the Westworld maze for us, dude. We're going to get out of this thing. Dude, there's got to be a Stargate. I bet the Atlantis Stargate teleports you to the fricking moon. Bet.
1970s, Duncan Lunan.
Or the Antarctica Stargate, I bet.
Went back and took another look at this message. Duncan was a member of many and founded astronomical societies around the world, and he was respected. And what was interesting is not only did he decode it, but when we look at what Duncan decoded to where we are today with the Black Knight satellite and what it represents, it seems that the message was real. But here's the crazy part. If we analyze the NSA document, Epsilon is mentioned in the NSA document. Epsilon is also in this encoded message, which again, this is a curious point. If we go back and look at Duncan's original decoded version of that message, Epsilon is there, Buddhist is there, except they're spelled incorrectly. Had he been aware of Epsilon at the time or the NSA document, would he have spelled it correctly? No, he broke down the coded message the way that it decoded with the incorrect spellings. Isn't that interesting that if you're going to hoax something, you're going to fake something?
Is this a Dr. Yes. Yeah, thank you. I wanted to bring him up yesterday. Dude, Dr. Parkenstein, he was the first person that I noticed get run off this app, off of TikTok. He had a huge account, and it was so awesome, dude, and they deleted it. And it's because he has a magnifying transmitter in his backyard that he made, and he was teaching people how to make a receiver. And he was like, yeah, it just uses the Earth's standing waves. And everyone was like, you're full of shit. And he did. I'm pretty sure his Patreon people, they have a thing that they can make their own receiver and light up a light bulb from him transmitting energy. And I'm never allowed to see this guy anymore because TikTok hates thinkers.
Sidewalk, what is that sucker doing here?
Oh, it's a stick. Somebody must have dropped it.
She did.
It's okay. I'll pick it up. Children, are you going to come down here and draw?
Why? To make a magnetic field? Actually, it's going to take a magnetic field, going to make and it's going to take an electricity. And it's going to make a water.
What are you going to draw, Viviana?
Look at it. Dude, it's so jank. I love it. Here's the magnifying transmitter. I sent the electricity through the Earth with the bulb I powered 918 miles away.
I wanted to hop in real quick just to let you guys know what's going on. Every time you see my LED flash, that is not my electricity. That is Parker's electricity. That is his transmission from Texas. I'm in Illinois. We're about 2,000 miles away. I'm not connected.
Dude, this is how we're gonna communicate in the revolution. Instead of homing pigeons, guys, we're gonna do Morse code with magnifying transmitters. We could do that. Let's do it.
Anything. The only thing I'm connected to is the Earth ground. Yep, there's the flicker. See it flicker? Yep, there he goes. See it? I'm not doing anything. That's Parker's transmission.
Oh yeah, and dude, this is 100% real at this point because I cannot talk about this on TikTok. We are being blasted in the ass with radiation. And look, to me, this looks like, look at the graph. It's like, and it's from 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. most days. Look at that, dude.
Ashton the Butcher Kutcher.
Oh, dude, and I was thinking about him the other day. Remember that story where he was like involved in like, dude, the story is that no, he didn't save his girlfriend. His girlfriend was murdered by someone, and he supposedly caught the guy or something. But now that we know the truth about him and, like, all the weird stuff that, like, he's one of these Diddy types, you know? He's for sure, he's one of these, like, recruiters, in my opinion. But I wonder now if he had something to do with that. Dude, these helicopters. There's a helicopter coming. If I ever just get drone striked, I'll let you know when the helicopters come so you guys can know instantly that it was a helicopter, okay? I'll just be like, it's a helicopter coming, and then if you see me fall out of frame and a green, like, lightsaber, you'll know what it was.
You're going to spell it correctly.
Just spell it right.
Yeah, they don't like me talking about the radiation at all. They don't like me talking about it. They don't like me talking about Peter Thiel. Like, here's the thing, guys. You can stop doing that. Y'all can stop. Dude, it doesn't even make sense why they're like, it literally feels like their mission is to kill all people. Except for them. Like, what a horrific person that takes to, like, think of that. Why are they doing this? Like, dude, just go be Nancies in Canada, please. Go away. Go listen to Edelweiss in Antarctica. Just leave us alone. Truly, you should go in the Stargate and disappear. I would love if you went to frickin', like, just go live with the Annunazis. They're just like you. You can be their slaves. Like, we just want to chill. We should be able to opt out of this nightmare life. Not with a bullet or a laser beam to the head. Like, we should be able to opt out and chill and play noise with the boys. And resonate our vibrations, our frequencies. You know? Y'all ever vibrate and resonate with your boys? It's nice. We should be able to do that often.
Nobody would know.
And here to have Epsilon out of the vastness of space, the ginormity of the universe, how big it is to have Epsilon in the decoded Oslo message, right? And in an NSA document, that says something right there.
Yeah, and all this information coming out about UFOs caught on radar.
Yeah, dude, they think they are too far gone. Haven't you heard that clip of John Sean going, you think they're going to choose you to be on their side, or some racist BS along those lines? Yeah, dude, this is every Fed, it ends the same way. You think you're special and that they're going to love you and save you? They will sacrifice you instantly. This ends with every Fed being killed by the federal government. That's how all Fed lives end, basically. And yeah, you're a pick-me. That's what it is. Because, dude, I used to think that these people just couldn't, like, see how racist and how bad they are, and that somehow they're being duped. But no, I think a lot of people are just, internally, they're okay with being racist. And they just know. But, like, you know, they know that it's wrong because they won't admit it. But I'm pretty sure most of them, like a lot of them, are just racist. Like, dude, the way that Israelis treat Palestinians and just talk about them, it's like they hate them just basically because of how they look. Kind of weird, right? It's super weird. It's like, and we're letting them have bombs that we're paying for? They're children. We don't let children have nukes and, you know, drones and, what are they called? Rods from God? That kind of BS? Where they drop a literal spaceship on you at Mach 200?
Tic-tac images. Do you think there's a possibility that this could be linked to UAPs?
It all starts to connect.
Dude, and you know what now? Do you guys know Digital Corridor Digital? Now that they made, remember, they made a video. I used to love them. I haven't watched them recently, but now I'm like, oh, they're definitely feds. They probably helped with some of the Ryan Garcia AI videos, or the deep fakes, because they had a whole video where they goofed on all of the UAP UFO stuff. And now I'm like, oh, they're kind of like the new Mythbusters a little bit. Just not as big, but Corridor Digital. Yeah, I used to love them, but now I'm like, I think they're probably feds. I mean, you can't have success anywhere without being a fed, so it would make sense, right?
Itself, specifically, in Duncan Lunin's decoding,
Dude, I wonder if Jamie Heineman hated Mythbusters and Adam Savage. What if it's because he had to be a fed? What if he didn't like that? That would be sick, because the Mythbusters being feds is still so disappointing to me. It hurts me. They hurt me, and they should be disappointed.
Said that the probe was in the L5 orbit. Now,
cogs in the machine, not me though. Wait, shit, where'd it go? Cogs in the machine, not me though. I'm the rock that gets stuck and fucks the machine up. Hell yeah, dude.
What is the L5 orbit? Our moon orbits the Earth at a point in a distance from Earth called L5.
Correct.
That this probe is orbiting Earth at the L5 point. That's interesting. How is it interesting? We just launched the James Webb Space Telescope to the L2 point, orbiting Earth. Suddenly, we're discussing these L points. Duncan Lunin brought it up in 1975 in the decoded message and report, the L5. Now we're launching to the L2. Today, we are talking about frequencies and the ability to communicate at certain frequencies, and also how those frequencies may affect us. Now, this is something that is now being brought out in the Senate Intelligence Committee. It's been talked about with different UAP events that have happened. We can also go back and look at the Rendlesham Force incident, but it's also now part of the legislation, the health effects and frequencies. Well, if we go back and...
Dude, it goes further than that. Think of all the trends on YouTube. We know high subs means they are feds. Think of the eras of YouTube influence. I'm talking Filthy Frank, Bon Appetit, BuzzFeed, Justin Bieber blowing up. Everything is intertwined. Dude, totally. And is that why Joji ran away? Dude, oh my god. Ugh. This pains me for real. I've always been a big fan of who. Adam Savage is a douche. He asked me to work a fundraiser for kids for free, and I agreed, and it was a fundraiser for millionaires' kids. Dude, I know, right? These people have crushed me. They're all fakers, man. He literally, he lies. He has to be a Mason, right? Or something. Like, he covers up. He has to know that we didn't go to the moon. All these liars, man. All those people that are involved in the door. Like, they did a big YouTube thing where they had... Say hi, Squink. They made a fake Apollo door, and Adam Savage was part of that, and a whole bunch of people all had to be feds, right? Say hi, buddy. But, dude, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, one thing that, like, when I started working in the film and TV industry, it was like, you know, the thing that really surprised me was how there's, like, talent or actors that can turn it off instantly. And the second the camera's off of them and the lights are turned off, they're cold, mean people who like abusing people, you know? You only have to be a PA for, like, a production assistant in film and TV industry for, like, one day to realize that, yeah, most of the, like, famous actor people are douchebags. They're just actors, you know? They're just playing their role. And then once the camera's off, they don't have to play their role anymore. And no one ever tells them no, so they don't have to be nice to people. That sucks, though. I know. It's made me, like, not... Like, I mean, it's a good thing. I don't, like... Because I feel like when you have, like, heroes like that, too, it really taints your... You know...
you'll let things slide that you wouldn't otherwise. But yeah, it's been hard, man, losing all these people that you idolize and stuff. But it's okay because you know, we have every right to be really hurt by all these people who've lied to us. Their whole job is to lie to us. Adam Savage hurt us, and we have every right to be mad at him. And there's nothing he'll ever do to regain our trust. And that sucks, but for him, because it wasn't us. We didn't do it. They did it, right? But it does suck.
Just think about what the NSA was pointing out in this report. They are talking about communicating at these specific frequencies, and it's been the focus. And all of this seems to be connected all the way through.
Now, in the NSA document, it talks about frequencies, which could represent numbers, symbols. A symbol could represent a complete idea. Could it be possible that a person tuned to the right conscious frequency could kind of entangle with these messages and in some way discern them?
This is where we can look at ancient cultures, Hermeticism, alchemy, and what that represents today in the modern world of physics. As above, so below. Everything is connected. Every positive, there's a negative. So if these things are possible, and science today says that they are, and there are people throughout history that have the ability to channel, to communicate, to receive messages, to send messages, then we have to look at somebody like Philip K. Dick and his ability to not only write about alternative history, a parallel world, the multiverse, and channeling. It's one thing to write about it, but where was somebody like Philip K. Dick getting this information? And he specifically talks about the ability of going into these worlds. And he wrote about this many times.
Dude, that Man in the High Castle, be real.
Including not only the Man in the High Castle and alternative history and alternative worlds, but in Valis. And Valis was a three-part book series. But what is important about Valis is he was writing about something that he probably didn't know anything about, which was the Black Knight satellite. And Valis was a satellite space probe that was brought here, orbiting Earth, that was channeling information down to the United States government.
After talking to Jimmy Church today, I had an amazing epiphany. First of all, he touched on the fact that the NSA has documents that actually talk about decoding information from space and speaking to extraterrestrial beings. The second thing is the fact that there's a way to transmit information to people on Earth or to transmit information into people's brains. Although mind-blowing, there is only so much we can glean from uncovering modern-day government.
Dude, I can't wait till all the KnitWitches can communicate wirelessly. Only the KnitWitches. We're going to have open walkie channels, and we're just going to be jib-jabbing, chitter-chattering away all day. Did you hear about this George Scherf thing? Oh, did you hear this HW thing? Look, look, look. Oh, Peter Thiel, he's in Antarctica again. We won't even have to type anymore. I won't even have to host the show. We'll just jib-jab together in our brains.
Programs like Echelon and this NSA document. We have to rely on research and accounts collected by groups like MUFON, a civilian UFO data collecting organization that has been in operation since the 1950s.
Dude, does this mean that Tom DeLonge is a Fed? Or is he being manipulated? Dude, Tom, if you're a Fed, I mean, of course they're Feds. They're musicians who are famous. Dude, everyone is such a Fed. No, it's not everyone. You know I'm not meaning that literally. But it is a lot of them. It's a ton of them, dude. It's so many.
To really understand the scope of this communication.
But dude, of course this is how they did it. They have unlimited funds. This is what they learned in like the 70s and 60s and stuff. I'm sure it started small. I'm sure they started with like, just a few people at each place. And then, but once you have a lie like that, the second people start noticing, you got to get rid of them. And so then at that point, it's like, okay, well, we're just going to do a huge Nancy recruiting party and get all these Nancies to run everything. They all are, dude, it is amazing to me that so many of them keep the secret. But I bet a lot of it is compartmentalized. Like, Philip DeFranco probably knows that he's a Nancy and he's doing the bidding of Nancies. Probably same with Colleen Ballinger. Actually, never mind. I bet all of them do know that they're Nancies and they're doing the bidding of Schmittler and they're fine with it because they're awful. I don't know. I don't know how else you can rationalize this. It is amazing to me that no one has ever been like, hey, there is a literal huge Nancy thing. My dad's in it. Like, anyone whose dad is one of these Nancies, it is your obligation to rat them out. Rat your dad out. Your dad is literally trying to end humanity because he's a dummy.
A good friend of mine, Roderick Martin, is a podcaster and researcher who has been a...
Yeah, dude, a movie night would be fun. We gotta, we should do that. That would be fun. I was thinking, like, They Live or something. Hopefully we could find something that maybe won't get, like, what's it called? Copyrighted or whatever. So if there's something in public domain, but also I would watch anything, really. It doesn't need to be monetizable, but I don't care about that, actually. I just hate seeing the copyright on the YouTube thing. Like, I want my videos to be clean. Get rid of that copyright. Get rid of that ad suitability thing, you jerk.
Affiliated with MUFON for the last several years. If anyone can shed some light on this, it's him. So, Roderick, how many cases have you seen from MUFON that connect back to the Epsilon Boson?
Dude, this Billy suit rocks, right? I love it.
Constellation.
I did some checking with MUFON, and there was probably about 40 or 50 cases. And again, that leads me to believe that these particular witnesses were in touch with something. They didn't just see something. They had an encounter, and then they got a message. A message from this constellation or whatever was giving them this information. There was some from the investigators themselves. But then why would a everyday witness feel or know this type of trajectory, what this information is coming from? And so, man, this thing is huge. It's a huge thing. And I think, again, it needs to be explored.
A lot of people have this psychological tie to the Epsilon Borealis constellation. It's been talked about since ancient times. It's been talked about again now in modern times. There have been experiencers who have also brought this name up, Epsilon Borealis. Do you think there could be some type of a telepathic link, or maybe even a Black Knight, transmitting information directly into people's minds about Epsilon Borealis? Like, why is this coming up so many times?
I can't really speculate there, but I will say this. When I started reading some of the case files within MUFON, because I did find a lot of associations with the constellation, I was like, okay, wait a minute, this is maybe not a coincidence. I really think it is, especially where we are today with what is happening, and with all the technology that we have, we at least can get to some deeper answers.
And so I'm wondering if a super advanced race of beings, maybe 1 million years more advanced than humans, from another galaxy, maybe from another star system, could transmit commands to people.
Chilson, your mom just married a Mason? Dude, are all these people freakazoids, or is this just like any secret religion cult thing? It's just like only the people at the top know that they're worshiping Lucifer, and all these other people think that whatever they're doing is real? Is that how it works?
And transmit information, and that person could be thinking that they're hearing God, quote unquote, or, you know, connecting with other beings in far places and being told information. Because we know that everybody
raised by wolves.
Everybody's mind operates a little bit differently, and maybe some minds are more receptive, obviously, than others. So it's pretty interesting that you found those cases.
So I would think we could probably come to some conclusions or theory or hypothesis that somebody is watching us, someone is observing us, someone is checking out our weakness and strengths and points. Why wouldn't they? And at the end of the day, we should at least know who it is, what it is, and why this is happening. And again, what you're doing here.
If it's the Annunazis, I want to know, because I want to send them this. Hey, Thoth's dad, Enki. Bro, you are a douche. They're all douchebags. Dude, I'm starting to think Thoth might be a douche. Or is he the one Annunazi who isn't a Nazi?
I think it's probably one of the best things ever, because NASA's not going to do it.
Today I talked to a very good friend of mine, Roderick Martin. And you know, it really resonated with me because a lot of the things he said, I've been thinking about for a long time, and it kind of gave me confirmation that other people are getting messages out there.
Dude, Feo's mom was messing with a Mason too? Bro, from what you gleaned, his life was super messed up. Like, I mean, absolutely super mega a-hole, but from what I gleaned from her, he was touched as a kid and forced to do heinous things, leading him to be a shitty dirtbag. Isn't that how it always works? Like, dude, I feel like I hate bullies because I saw, like, I was bullied. It's odd to me. I mean, I guess, you know, it fucks with your, like, sexuality and stuff when these people are, like, you know, touched when they're children. That's something that affects you your whole life. But it's very surprising to me that people do it to others. But I guess it's like, you know, it would be like I'm assuming they feel like they're like taking their power back, but it's like making someone feel powerless is never going to make me feel powerful, you know. What makes me feel powerful is uplifting people, you know, never putting people down. Like, I don't get that. I can't wrap my head around that mentality, but all I know is that a lot of people are proving that they do think like that they have to put people down in order to feel powerful. But it's so silly. Uplifting people is what makes you powerful, I think.
I started this investigation because I was being pushed to understand something myself. Messages that led me on this journey to see what could be possibly interfering with humanity.
Yo, is this a Billy Carson? Is that a cool car or something? Was that a Billy Carson flex? He's like got his
I still have
Audi, like...
to play the skeptic. Could these signals actually be coming from something intelligent and deliberate? Or is it pulsars and objects in space we haven't fully understood? Another strange signal was recently detected, and I decided to get the help of Mark D'Antonio, an astronomer and host of SkyTour Radio. I'm hoping that he can shed more light on what we can see and hear coming from deep space, and if it could be possible that we are dealing with something intelligent. Mark D'Antonio, thank you for allowing me to talk to you.
Yeah, sure. You know, in space, our sun has rhythms of its own. The Earth has rhythms, planets have rhythms, and stars have rhythms, you know, other than the sun. In addition, we've identified that some of the signals coming from deep space are the signals of stars long after they've died.
What?
They've gone supernova and left behind this core. And this core, usually something called a neutron star, very, very densely packed, will sometimes flash at us as the star rotates, and they usually rotate extremely fast.
Right.
This one, on the other hand, is different because it's not one of these really rapidly spinning pulsar things. It's something else. And that something else still remains to be seen. If I was an alien race and I wanted to signal someone, and I had the capability to blast out a very powerful signal, I would...
Yeah, dude, breaking generational curses is much more powerful than abusing people. Amen. Dude, I feel like it's such baby-brained shit to be like, I gotta abuse people. Blah. Here, I'm gonna run the ad real quick so you don't miss any Billy. Ad time. If you don't want the ads, you can subscribe, okay? If you have a Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free with one of them. You get a free one from Amazon Prime. If you want to donate to me, I forgot to look up the donation thing that I forget who asked about it yesterday, but I am going to... Here, I have my notepad right here. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. Haha. Because that is what we do. But, dudes, Thoth has to be chill, right? What if Thoth actually does come back in our lifetime? How crazy would that be? Especially, like, dude, it would be so funny. I've like, talked mad shit about people for so long about Jesus coming back. And I feel like I've come 180 on that, and 100% just know that Jesus is an alien, and I am almost positive that alien is gonna be coming back, and he's going to judge these a-holes. I hope so. I really do. Oh, dudes, another thing real quick that I just remembered. I made 2 videos, one of them where I was like explicitly talking about my tinfoil hat because some comment was talking about it or whatever. But I read a thing that tinfoil like actually does reflect some of these like things that they're sending. And wearing a tinfoil hat, if we ever get lasered, if you ever have any weird sensations, I'm just saying, maybe it might not be crazy to make a tinfoil hat. And just, you know, what's the difference? If you're melting to death, just try and see if maybe the tinfoil hat helps. Because I've made 2 videos about this.
one as a joke and one being coy and trying not to say it, and they took both of them down. That was surprising to me, you know? So I'm just saying, a tinfoil hat might actually be able to protect your brain from the death rays that they send at you. Probably not the rest of your body, but maybe your brain would be okay. That's just what I think. But, dude, all you have to do is line, get a little thing on the inside. I just lined this with, I just took tinfoil and then I put duct tape on it. And then I made cardboard backings for the ears. That's it. And then wrap the whole thing in tinfoil. Sometimes I feel like when I put this on, like my brain is clearer. I think there's something about these brain waves for real. And all the brainwave pollution that they send everywhere. I'm just saying.
Listen to the universe first.
And you don't even have to put, if you don't want anyone to know, you could just put tinfoil on the inside of a normal hat. That's just what I think, though. Dude, I kind of like, this looks kind of, this is like the, without the bucket hat is kind of kick-ass, too. It's like a little more informal, right? Buddy! Buddy! Jeez. These cats are one day going to stop the stream for sure.
Race, and I wanted to signal someone, and I had the capability to blast out a very powerful signal. I would listen to the universe first and say, okay, well, that star's making a sound that's kind of rhythmic. This star's making a sound that's, we got to do something different.
Yeah. Through my research, it appears that some humans have been claiming to receive signals from outside of the world. Ancient sages, wisdom keepers, and so forth. Is it possible that some of these frequencies can be detected by the human brain?
Well, the point being, there's something there that science just has neglected to study in depth, okay? And what it is, I think, relates to what Einstein called spooky action at a distance, which is quantum.
Spooky action at a distance. In Elden Ring, mirror helm. It's a unique item and is not part of a set. It's worn by the troll blacksmith, Idji. It protects the player's head from applying various defensive properties. It also changes the appearance. Dude, this thing looks cool as hell. This thing looks like the thing from, I forget what it's called, but in Raised by Wolves, there's a mask that people can wear that I think it dulls your senses from the abuse that you're putting on people so that you can be like a torturer or something. But this looks pretty sweet. Hell yeah. Elden Ring. Elden Ring.
Quantum entanglement. I think it works, and I made up a word, the brainular level. I think it works at the brainular level as well, between humans. I think that each of us are, in a sense, like the atomic particles that we see quantum entanglement for sure.
You've been studying space for a long time. You're an expert at this. What is the probability that there is alien life out there, and if there is, that they're trying to communicate or contact us or send some type of communication to let us know that they're out there?
Billy, isn't that the million-dollar question?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing that keeps me up most of the nights.
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking once said, we should lie low, we shouldn't announce our presence to the universe, right?
Right.
He's 2 billion years too late, because 2 billion years ago is when the oxygen built up in our atmosphere. Oxygen building up in an atmosphere of a planet means something.
Right.
It could be geologic, it could be chemically produced, but...
Dude, is that frickin' Thoth? They came and terraformed it, right?
Not in the quantities like here.
Right.
Here, it's produced by one thing, life.
And, oh, did the pyramids also terraform the Earth? That would make sense if they put the pyramids down to, like, put oxygen into the Earth. That's why it would have to be above water, too, right? Mars looks terraformed AF. Dude, I am stoked that this stuff is real. It's literally like Alien. It's the Alien world. Covenant, Prometheus. You know, the Ridley Scott movies. Like,
dude, like all of our sci-fi myths and stories are like kind of real. That's cool. That's really cool. I like being in this version of the universe, right? It's cool. It's fun. It's way better than... Dude, the Big Bang doesn't even make any sense. Everything just blows up and then what? Dude, what are we in? Are we in a computer sim? Oh my goodness.
And that life is phytoplankton, the plankton in our oceans.
Yeah.
It basically says it's a water planet and there's life there. Carl Sagan said that pale blue dot that is Earth stands out and can be seen from thousands and thousands and thousands of light years away.
Right.
Right. We're doing that with the James Webb Telescope. We're going to try and look for pale blue dots out there, you know. And if we're doing it, an alien race that's been around for 1 million years longer than us is probably doing it a whole lot better.
In my research, it seems to...
No, it seems like they're doing it more assholery, in a more asshole way. They're capitalists. We hate the aliens.
To me, that this black night, if it's there, is somehow correlated with the Vultus constellation. Now, Epsilon has been known to have a void in it.
I've been seeing so much evidence for sim theory lately. Yeah, I know, right? But it doesn't matter, right? It feels real. It would matter, though, if we find that out and then we can, like, change our... I mean, maybe that's what manifesting is. That's you, like, telling the program to change. But it would be sweet for us to not have to be in eternal servitude. Like, ooh, let's try a couple millennia where we all work together and see what we can accomplish that way. What do you think? We could do that. We could all work together. Let's just try it. And if it doesn't work, we'll go right back to murdering and hating each other. Right? Let's just try something different for once.
Can you just describe to the audience what is a void in space in general? What does that mean?
The void.
Epsilon Booties is a star in that constellation. It's actually a double star in that constellation. But a void is an area in space that is remarkably devoid of stars or other material. When you look at our galaxy, one thing that you notice there's a lot of is dust. Well, in the constellation of Booties, there is actually a location where there isn't much of anything. And it stands out because of nothing.
There's nothing there. It's crazy. And the reason why it intrigued me was because Michio Kaku had been quoted theorizing, him and a couple other physicists, that it could be a cloaked advanced civilization. So that's why I was like, this is pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, but, you know, Billy, I gotta ask...
Dude, Feo, do not crush my tinfoil hat dreams, you monster.
You a question.
Yeah.
What are they hiding from?
Yeah.
And why do they need to hide? That's a little more worrisome.
Yeah, I know.
Right? If they're there and that's true, what are they hiding from?
That's a great question.
Dude, shut up. Look up the Chilbolton crop circle. It's a reply to Carl Sagan. Dude, do not derail this stream right now. Chilbolton crop. Crop circles were made by supernatural forces named Doug and Dave. Oh. I don't believe that. They feel like a bunch of feds. As soon as now that I'm thinking about it, those guys that were like, "Oh no, it was just me and Rick in the fields." That feels like a federal story at this point, right? Arecibo message. Is this it? Wait, this thing is the reply? The Arecibo message is... Oh wait, shit, you didn't see it. This thing. Is this it? Dude, this pisses me off. They have known about all this shit. This shit might be real and we're not allowed to know about it. That's so lame. That's so Peter Thiel. Arecibo message is an interstellar radio message carrying basic information about humanity and Earth that was sent to the globular cluster Messier 13 in 1974. It was meant as a demonstration of human technological achievement. Wait, is this wrong? Dude, Zach, send me a link to this. I want to know. Is this it? The content of the Arecibo message was designed by... No, this is what they sent. The beacon of the galaxy. Find a link for me, and we can talk about it.
It's a great question, actually.
I have seen examples that I can't explain. These surprise us when they happen here, and we're trying to track them. We're trying to get a hold of it. We're trying to learn the technology. We want it before anybody else gets it. I mean, that's the basic thing, right? That's going through.
Because you want the advantage.
Yeah, it's not a we are the world thing here. No, it's like we are the ones that want this technology. But it's the great leveler, you know. And if everybody had it, then it wouldn't be a problem. If everybody had it, maybe we'd have energy for the world. Maybe we'd have ways to feed the world.
Exactly.
And then all the fighting, there's no reason to fight anymore.
Exactly, no reason to fight. Yeah.
Right. And that's why I think that we're kind of going down.
There is no reason to fight. It's just the monsters who are making it seem like that.
On the wrong path.
I've been trying to talk to an astronomer for a very long time, and I finally found one that was willing to share some time with me. Now, what's amazing about Mark D'Antonio is he's not just any old astronomer. He actually contracts with the U.S. government. His theories on the fact that quantum entanglement does exist and that it could be a potential way to communicate with distant stars, and also that there are objects in space that we don't know what they are that are transmitting signals that might not be quasars or these other different types of stars that emit frequencies towards our planet. He says that there are things out there that actually do transmissions towards our direction that may not be stars, that might be artificial in nature. And so what that means is there could be beings out there trying to communicate with us, or at least communicating with each other, and we're picking up those frequencies and signals. He also talks about the fact that the US military is well aware of some of these transmissions, but they're reluctant to talk to the general public about it. So he adds a lot of credibility because he also talks about...
I love, they can do 9/11 to us, Oklahoma City. They can do the Challenger explosion. We can handle that. We can handle the Charleston church shooting. We can handle killing the guy who made the water engine in the Buffalo shopping mall. We can handle the Las Vegas shooting. We can handle, dude, we could do this forever. We can handle Sandy Hook, like, but we can't handle aliens. Like, dude, it's such an obvious lie to just manipulate us, you know? It's clear. Like, they just see that the little group of German Nancies can have these secret powers that they stole from an alien or whatever, and then they can use it against us to make us slaves. How lame is that?
Epsilon Botus and the void that's there. The fact that there's absolutely nothing in this void where there should be something. Even space dust has been removed. And like I said before, Michio Kaku has stated that he thought it could be an advanced cloaked civilization. Again, another piece of the puzzle to the Black Knight satellite investigation. So if something advanced could be contacting us or sending signals from an unknown craft here close to Earth, possibly Epsilon Botus, what is their purpose for being here? They just show up and the governments of the world cannot capture them? They are elusive, but sometimes visible? Could there be more evidence of our government and other governments coming in contact with the Black Knight satellite? And if so, could the contact be by accident, given our current technology, or on purpose?
Nothing is an accident.
Author Richard Dolan might be one of the world's most foremost experts on conspiracy theories surrounding UFOs and governments around the world. So Richard, has the U.S. military or NASA disclosed any information about...
Please tell me you heard about the Minnesota bill that they passed on the 29th of April. Dude, it's the frameworks for buying and selling children as commodities. It's disgusting. Bro, that's where this is headed, right? That's how they literally think. They think, oh, I can buy a child and I can eat it and I can eat its brain while it's alive. And the child wants me to do this because I paid for it. That's how they think. Truly. Oh, this is fine because the mother of this child sold it to me. So that I can burn it for the owl. It's okay. It's fine. It's a commodity. Truly. That's what they think. All of the Mormons and all the, you know, Catholics and all these weird religious zealots and all these national Zionists and everyone, they all literally use children as a commodity. So of course it's going to enter our general population. That's what the whole point of them manipulating Hollywood and like You know how they're always saying, "Oh, they're putting the devil in Hollywood." This is what they're really doing. They're doing propaganda, and they're trying to get us desensitized to underage, like, sex crimes, because that's what they obsess over. All they think about all day. I mean, dude, look at the way that the Mormons talk about their religion. It's just, if we steal all the money on Earth here for Joseph Smith, we'll get a planet with 7 million virgins. Like, that's all they think about, is having sex with children all day. That's all they think about. It's their reward for everything. It's like, you can tell, dude, like, this is all they think about. And yeah, Hollywood has been for 100 years trying to desensitize everyone to, like, doing weird stuff to kids, essentially. Yeah. So, of course it's a bill, because they're already using children as a commodity, and they have been for 100 years, if not way more. I think this has just been happening forever. But, of course, dude. This sucks. But, honestly, I think that they're very arrogant, and they think that they're going to get through this no matter what, like... but I think they're very much jumping the gun. We are not ready to find out that they're all actually German Nancies, and they're all predators. They're all child predators. We're not ready for that. We will never be ready for that, you know? So I am kind of glad that they're finally think that they're, like, can step out of the shadows, but it's going to be their downfall. That's why, like, people on Twitter, you know, like Elon Musk's, I feel like they've gone very mask off being white supremas. They started doing that like a year or two ago, being very mask off, because they've surrounded themselves with bots that tell them what they want to hear, literal human ones, or like IRL ones, and literal online ones, like on Twitter. And I think that that gave them a false sense of security. And I think that they think that everyone is way, way, way more into the stuff they like than is real. Because us real people, you know, like, there's a lot of people like us that are normal and real, but we just aren't allowed to, like, communicate with each other online. Not easily anyway, you know? So all that to say, I think that they have started their downfall by jumping the gun. Like, we're never going to be ready for accepting that these people are literal Nancies ever, dude. And they made them the villain in, like, if they were smart, it's crazy to me how much every freaking, like, so many movies instilled in us that the Nancies are the bad guys. And you think that you're going to be able to one day flip that? Like, that is ingrained in us more than anything. So, and that's something easy that, like, dum-dums can figure out. The Nancies were bad. And look, I'm saying those Nancies right now running everything are their direct descendants. And they've been hiding that from you, which means they're the same. You see how this conversation's going to go? Like, I am confident that most people will get this at a certain point. You know, I have to be. Otherwise, we're all toast. But they fucked up. Dude, and they had control over Hollywood for the entire existence of Hollywood. They should have left-turned out of making the Nancies the bad guy in every movie. Like, it's so silly. But I think, personally, y'all like being the villains. You like being... Yeah, you do. And that's why. But also, you're stupid. And so you probably never really thought, oh, we should start slowly changing the narrative about the Nancies, because someday, in the information age, everyone is going to find out that we are Nancies. Like, did they really think no one would ever figure this out? They thought they were that good? Like, this is really sloppy now. Looking at it now, I mean, it's the best we've been exposed to, I think. But now that we know what it is sloppy. And really, the only thing keeping them safe is everyone's naivete. thinking that your government couldn't be as horrible as they are. But they are. So, they did it to themselves. It's awesome. I love it. We're not ready to become Nancy P words, but good luck trying, boys. Good luck trying, Peter Thiel.
Objects in orbit around planet Earth.
Throughout the entire space program of the 1960s, we have, by the Soviets and by the Americans, you have countless instances of astronauts and cosmonauts reporting objects in orbit.
One of the really interesting aspects of the Black Knight mystery, in my opinion, comes through the research of really the first great UFO researcher that we had, who was Donald Keyhoe. Keyhoe was a retired U.S. Marine Corps major, then became a journalist. Keyhoe was friends with the first director of the CIA, Roscoe Hellencotter. He was friends with a lot of other top-level U.S. Navy admirals, and he was good at ferreting out information from the military establishment in an era where, you know, secrets were still kept. And one thing that he learned, we're talking the fall of 1953.
This was a time of deep suspicions held by the two superpowers on either side of the ocean. This was right in the middle of the Cold War. This is 4 years before Sputnik, 4 years before the first launched artificial satellite by humankind. Keyhoe's learning from his Navy contacts, high-level people, that the U.S. military was almost in a state of panic. They're like, yeah, we're kind of in a real state of concern here because there's these two objects. They were very difficult to track, but apparently the military, U.S. military, was tracking it. And then finally, this story does come out in the mainstream news in early 1954, in March. Now, you just put this in perspective. So there's only one natural satellite of Earth that we know about. It's called the Moon, and it's about 250,000 miles out, about 250,000 miles out. So suddenly, they're talking about two objects that are like 500 miles orbiting Earth.
This interaction with the two superpowers of the world really makes it seem our beliefs, our structures, our wars are futile. Could their purpose of showing themselves to us back in the early 50s be a display of power or contact? Perhaps we need to consider the possibility that our conventional modes of communication and travel would not be up to the task. Visitors may be relying on technology that modern man is only now just starting to understand. Technology that has an ancient connection, a connection that might be able to lead us to who is behind this satellite. In March of 2022, NASA made an announcement that caught my eye: the Space Entanglement and Annealing Quantum Experiment, or CQ, to test if two entangled photons could remain linked in space. They claim that maintaining this entanglement could theoretically allow quantum computer systems on Earth to communicate or share data, even if they are separated by vast distances.
Wait. So what? They're taking two computers? How are they making the far away photon be the same photon? This is too crazy for me.
Could an advanced form of this quantum entanglement, as Mark D'Antonio pointed out, be for transmitting data across the cosmos? And is there evidence that the ancients had already acquired a deeper understanding of the universe and this technology? To learn more, I spoke with quantum physicist Jamie Janover. Jamie, thanks for taking the time to come on here with me, man. I know you've been working with Nassim Haramein, working with him with his Unified Physics program. You're also a researcher into ancient civilizations, and you're also a world traveler. You actually travel to the sites, which is what I really admire about you, and go there and do hands-on archaeological research.
So
in discussing the large-scale structure of the cosmos, astronomers sometimes say that space is curved, or that the universe is finite but unbounded. Whatever are they talking about? Let's imagine that we are perfectly flat. I mean absolutely flat, and that we live, appropriately enough, in a flatland, a land designed and named by Edwin Abbott, a Shakespearean scholar who lived in Victorian England. Everybody in flatland is, of course, exceptionally flat. We have squares, circles, triangles, and we all scurry about, and we can go into our houses and do our flat business. Now, we have width and length, but no height at all. Now, these little cutouts have some little height, but let's ignore that. Let's imagine that these are absolutely flat. That being the case, we know, us flatlanders, about left-right, and we know about forward-back, but we have never heard of up-down. Let us imagine that into flatland, hovering above it, comes a strange three-dimensional creature which, oddly enough, looks like an apple. And the three-dimensional creature sees an attractive, congenial-looking square, watches it enter its house, and decides in a gesture of interdimensional amity to say hello. Hello, says the three-dimensional creature. How are you? I am a visitor from the third dimension. Well, the poor square looks around his closed house, sees no one there, and what's more, has witnessed a greeting coming from his insides, a voice from within. he surely is getting a little worried about his sanity. The three-dimensional creature is unhappy about being considered a psychological aberration, and so he descends to actually enter flatland. Now, a three-dimensional creature exists in flatland only partially. Only a plane, a cross-section through him can be seen. So when the three-dimensional creature first reaches flatland, it's only the points of contact which can be seen, and we'll represent that by stamping the apple in this ink pad and placing that image in flatland. And as the apple were to descend through, slither by flatland, we would progressively see higher and higher slices, which we can represent by the apple. So the square, as time goes on...
Yeah, dude. Feo said they were probably victims of the algorithm and echo chambers too, thinking we would side with them due to their echo chamber, but it's the complete opposite. Dude, yeah, think about it. You know what it is? It's, remember when they were talking about the frickin', they would say a phrase 10 million times to them for like 38 days or whatever. And when they're like hypnosing them in Monkey Ultron, or hypnotizing them in Monkey Ultron, dude, that's literally what they've been doing with the media. They were like, no, if we just say for 100 years, it's the Taliban, it's the Taliban, it's Muslims, it's Muslims, it's Muslims, it's Muslims, it's Muslims, it's Muslims. They'll never figure it out. That's literally, I think, what they're, like, that's what they've been doing. And then slowly trying to microwave our brains so that our brains are half cooked. Like, what is up with the microwave shit? Dude, it's literally like your microwave in your kitchen with the door off. That's what they're doing. They're like this, shoving it in your face. They're like, put your head in here. Here, come on, put your head in. That's what they're doing. They have little satellites that are flying around, and they're just microwaves with the door open. And they're beaming it across the world. At the Earth. Why? Why are they dropping dust and metal particulate in the air to laser it so that it heats up shit and does weird shit? Like, dude, these people are so reckless. The Earth is incredible. I don't care if Thoth made it or what, but like, I feel like our job is to take care of it. And it pisses me off that other people think their job is to destroy it. Because why would the mission of this game, whatever this is, why would the mission of it be to literally destroy it? That's like that's Sid in Toy Story style, like, you know, like they're playing Grand Theft Auto. Dude, the Earth is a big video game to them, and they're doing Grand Theft Auto on us. Instead of being nice. Dude, you're right. We probably are just in a video game, and this just feels real. Frick. Dude, what if we're just stuck in Call of Duty? We're just like the NPCs you don't even see in Call of Duty. In like some little wiener butt head's basement and his mom's. That would make sense. That would make sense why everything sucks.
Sees a
black cube,
set of objects mysteriously appear from nowhere and inside a closed room and change their shape dramatically. His only conclusion could be that he's gone bonkers. Well, the apple might be a little annoyed at this conclusion, and so, not such a friendly gesture from dimension to dimension, makes a contact with the square from below and sends
up the volume and try and think of every pixel you see on the screen as a represent. I don't know if I have a little bit of volume uppage.
Our flat creature fluttering and spinning above flatland. At first, the square has no idea what's happening. He's terribly confused. This is utterly outside his experience. But after a while, he comes to realize that he is seeing inside closed rooms in flatland. He is looking inside his fellow flat creatures. He is seeing flatland from a perspective no one has ever seen it before, to his knowledge. Getting into another dimension provides as an incidental benefit a kind of X-ray vision.
Oh yeah, dude, they have a heart attack gun for sure. Yeah.
Now our flat creature slowly...
And yeah, you're right. It probably is just like a vibration or frequency thing. Or like an EKG in a gun. Like you can shoot a pulse at someone, I'm sure. They said that they have laser blaster guns. They have handheld lasers that they can
You know, like the kind that Peter Thiel's pointing at all of our heads.
Ascends to the surface, and his friends rush up to see him. From their point of view, he has mysteriously appeared from nowhere. He hasn't walked from somewhere else. He's come from some other place. They say, for heaven's sake, what's happened to you? And the poor square has to say, well, I was in some other mystic dimension called up. And they will pat him on his side and comfort him, or else they'll ask, well, show us, where is that third dimension? Point to it. And the poor square will be unable to comply. But maybe more.
Wait, the gun, is it the umbrella gun? The weapon was described as a battery-operated gun that fired a dart made of frozen water and shellfish toxin mixture. The dart could penetrate clothing and leave only a tiny red dot for the skin upon penetration. The target may feel slight sting or nothing at all. The poison would then quickly enter the bloodstream, causing a heart attack. The poison would denature quickly, making it difficult to detect. And it doesn't even matter because they own all of the autopsy and all of the cops, people. So, yeah, dude. I mean, they can kill us at any moment. We are well aware of that. And they have a billion ways to do it. And don't worry, at the end of it, y'all will blame me. Everyone does. It's okay. Everyone is pretending like Kyle Marissa killed herself. My ass. Ava Evans, yeah, she killed herself. She's in the middle of writing a movie with her friends. They both killed themselves, guys. Isn't that sad? If you're having thoughts of suicide, you should reach out to a friend. Yeah, but yeah, we know. Dude, they have the rods of God. They could drop the rods of God on you at any moment. It's just it looks like a World Trade Center size building that they just drop on your head. No, they said it's a little bit wider than 1 foot. It's 13 inches and like 50 inches tall. And they just drop it on you like a house from the sky. Dude, they literally laser people's planes out of the sky. I think.
Interesting is the other direction in dimensionality. What about the fourth dimension?
Just take us out, Peter. We are going to become much bigger of a problem for you. I promise you, brother. I will never stop.
Now, to approach that, let's consider a cube.
Easy. We always consider a cube. Look. See how when it's turned, it creates the 2D shadow of a hexagon? Isn't that cool? That's what we're talking about when I was talking about that, right? Everyone sees that? This is how we derive the cube. We're assuming that there's a black cube in the middle of Saturn because it kind of creates this magnetic field-ish thing, right? That's pretty sweet.
You can imagine a cube in the following way. You take a line segment and move it at right angles to itself and equal length. That makes a square. Move that square in equal length at right angles to itself, and you have a cube. Now, this cube, we understand, casts a shadow. And that shadow, we recognize. It's,
Yeah, dude, I miss Kyle too. I literally, like, bro, I'm telling you, I hope and I think that maybe she was not cool with what she was doing. Because her and Ava, they both seemed like really sweet people. What if they had a little pact, or, what if they were talking and chit-chatting together about doing something? I don't know. I would love to hear from their families, though. Or anyone close to her. Like, it was weird that they did this, right? It's always weird. Do not let the cops brush this away. Ugh. Dude, it kills me. Even the frickin', I know most of the people who are propagandists, I know that most of them are duped and shit into this stuff. Or it starts one way and then you get too far deep in and you can't turn back. You don't think of having to defend child genocide when you are like, oh yeah, I'll say a couple of your government lies, because they wouldn't even think that. Most people don't realize, like, dude, I was so disappointed to find out that how messed up our government is. You don't know that, and you don't figure that out until you're way down the road and you've, like, been investigating this stuff. Because they're good. They're propagandists. So you don't know the horrors that you're going to walk into, you know? So I hope that Kyle Marissa was trying to walk. But I do not think that either of them did it. People don't kill themselves this much. No way. Especially successful people. No. And Kyle Marissa did not lose her, like, she did not lose hope in her, like, community and whatever. She knew, just because she lost her account because of J-Lo, like, no way. Anyway.
Ordinarily drawn in third grade classrooms as two squares with their vertices connected. Now, if we look at the shadow of a three-dimensional object in 2 dimensions, we see that, in this case, not all the lines appear equal. Not all the angles are right angles. The three-dimensional object has not been perfectly represented in its projection in 2 dimensions, but that's part of the cost of losing a dimension in the projection. Now, let's take this three-dimensional cube and project it, carry it through a 4th physical dimension. Not that way, not that way, not that way, but at right angles to those 3 directions. I can't show you what direction that is, but imagine that there is a 4th physical dimension. In that case, we would generate a 4-dimensional hypercube, which is also called a tesseract. I cannot show you a tesseract because I and you are trapped in 3 dimensions. But what I can show you is the shadow in 3 dimensions of a 4-dimensional hypercube or tesseract. This is it. And you can see it's 2 nested cubes, all the vertices connected by lines. And now the real tesseract in 4 dimensions would have all the lines of equal length and all the angles right angles. That's not what we see here, but that's the penalty of projection. So you see, while we cannot imagine the world of 4 dimensions, we can certainly think about it perfectly well. Now, imagine a universe just like Flatland, truly...
I forget why we were watching that, but hell yeah.
The entire universe might be riddled with a fabric of quantum wormholes, and that's how the universe is able...
Yeah, with our Nancy Gold, we're not going to be homeless. Dude, no one is going to be homeless, except for all of the people who are running things now. We're going to throw them on a deserted island. We're going to film it, and we're going to say, this is the rest of your lives. Enjoy. And then we're going to make a TV show about it, and it's going to be called Billionaire Island. And it's at the center of their island, they have all of their assets, all their money, and all their little pieces of paper that say they're rich, they're rich. And then on the rest of the island is nothing except for the wilderness. And they have to survive as long as they can survive. And they don't get any help. It's just like the world they've created for us. They should be able to do it. They're really smart, right? They should figure out how to find water and how to make food and find food and all that stuff, right? They could figure that out. Anyway, it's called Survivor Billionaire Edition, and it will probably only run for 2 weeks. I bet they would all perish within 2 weeks. And there's no enemies there. There's no dangerous, dude, there's coconuts everywhere, fish, fresh fish. Tons of other fruit and vegetables just growing naturally on the island. And they will die there within 2 weeks. Guaranteed. All of them.
I would talk to itself or keep its coherency from the cosmological scale all the way down to the quantum scale.
In your travels around the world, where have you seen evidence of ancient civilizations having advanced knowledge of the stars?
We can tell that these ancient civilizations had an incredible knowledge of not just the stars and their relationship of where the Earth is in the galaxy. And it points to not only having some sort of ancient technology, but also having an ability to see the landscape of the Earth and map it and match it to the stars. And the best way to do that is to get off the surface. The evidence is right there in front of us. It's just a matter of putting these pieces together.
We tend to think of contact with extraterrestrials as a modern-day phenomenon. But Jamie is specifically talking about the alignment of temples and structures to star systems that are nearly impossible to do from the surface of the Earth.
Dude.
There is so much mystery that surrounds these ancient ruins and who built them. Could looking to antiquity start to unravel how long this has been going on?
Yes.
And who could be contacting us and why?
Yeah, dude, I'm fully convinced at this point that our ancestors were writing these things down in stone, and this shit was real.
According to the NASA site, the Sumerians connected Enlil with the Boötis constellation. Having studied Sumerian mythology and
oh yeah, he said right angle up and to the right, just like Thoth said. Yeah, dude, what did he say? Keep going rightward and upward and rightward more. Dude, I was thinking about that today. I hope one day that comes in handy. When I'm like trapped in like a matrix white void and I'm like, what the hell, where am I? The first thing I'm going to do is go upward to the right and upward to the rightward or whatever. I think about that all the time. I have to find out what he means by that. Really. Is he talking about like space-time, like Tesseract shit? Like Interstellar? I have not stopped thinking about that Interstellar scene at the end. Like, everyone thought it was hokey and stupid and weird, but I have not stopped thinking about that scene since I saw it. I love it. He's like flying through his life. But yeah, I think about that upward and rightward thing all the time. I gotta know what it means.
Understanding the Anunnaki gods attached to the Sumerian culture, I wonder if there is something in the ancient texts that explain their possible connection. A good friend of mine named Alex Karp, he's an author. He wrote a book on the ancient Sumerians, and I was asking him some questions about the Black Knight satellite and its possible relation to these ancient civilizations. So Alex, who were the Anunnaki in your opinion?
We must first discuss who the Sumerians were. The Sumerians were actually the first civilization known to man that had writing, advanced mathematics, advanced astronomy, and invented countless things that we still use to this day, including the wheel. This civilization existed in ancient Mesopotamia, or modern-day Iraq, and the surrounding areas.
Mesopotamia.
Their scribes kept very meticulous records of their daily lives in the form of clay tablets using the cuneiform script. There is no record of any other civilization that had writing in such advances leading up to this one that we know of.
In your opinion, is there any evidence that suggests that the Anunnaki actually created human beings?
In the poem, the god Ea, also known as Enki, creates a Lulu, the first man, to be a helper to the gods.
Okay. I think he's talking about transcending space-time through the fourth dimension by guiding people in the right direction. I think it's supposed to be directions after death, once you die. Don't go into the light. Dude, what did we say? We are not going into that frickin' light. Go upwards to the right for magic, truth, and freedom. Bro, I'm turning around for making my own goddamn Grand Theft Auto game and leaving everyone behind. I mean, all the Nancies anyway. Ugh. Oh yeah, I'll check the stream mod chat.
When Ea Enki the Wise had created mankind, had imposed the toil of the gods on them. This is similar to the biblical text where it states, God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Another ancient text that mentions the Anunnaki is the Epic of Gilgamesh, which describes the deluge, or flood, similar to the story of Noah's Ark.
In your opinion, do you think that these advanced beings have an intention of really controlling or enslaving humanity?
With their advanced knowledge, extremely long lifespans, and a head start on planet Earth, the Anunnaki would be able to manipulate and control mankind. They also possessed objects called maze, which restored foundational knowledge related to social institutions, religious practices, technologies, behaviors, and customs that make a civilization. Some describe these maze as objects, possibly storage crystals that the gods would share with mankind, imparting knowledge and progress to our development as a civilization.
Gods imparting information and progress to our development through storage crystals called Mies? I just couldn't help but make the connection that most of our data for the Black Knight comes from ham radio operators that picked up signals from space. This technology uses crystals. We also have many cases of people getting messages. According to the research, the pineal gland in our brain also has tiny crystals that pick up signals from our field. The story just keeps getting deeper. According to Alex, the Anunnaki were here and directly affecting the human species, altering them forever. Today, it appears that the Anunnaki are no longer here, but is their influence still being felt? Are they still watching from afar?
Yes.
Are they still imparting information onto us?
Yes,
and if so,
slavers.
Why? The Sumerian culture predates ancient Egypt in some texts. And although Alex explained to me the connection we have with Enki making us in his likeness, could there be another connection to the other Sumerian god Enlil,
Except he's an
which the Boötis
a-hole.
constellation is dedicated to?
He's not like us. We are compassionate and nice. They're a-holes.
I received some video input from Johnny Enoch, a researcher in this area. It could be possible that the signals coming from the Black Knight could be a system set up by an ancient connection one that leads us to a single God with a single purpose.
When we go back and
No, we're not doing gods. We are each other's gods. Our community is God. We are God. We got to take care of each other. We're not worshiping anything, dude. I'm not worshiping a single thing, ever.
examine the writings of
And if Thoth was chill, he would not demand that we worship him.
Zacharias Sitchin, we learn about the Anunnaki and Enlil, how in his palace at Eridu there was an all-seeing eye above it that can monitor all the activity on Earth. This is very similar to what we find when we look at the Lord of the Rings movies and you see the eye of Lord Sauron. This is not unlike the concept we find today in quantum computing, where we're aware of every particle in the universe and what has gone on. But could this be part of the Black Knight satellite? Could this be how Earth activity is tracked? We're talking about putting satellites up there today to watch every square inch of the Earth.
If, according to mythology, Enlil is connected to the all-seeing eye, and he is also connected to Boetus.
Dude, it's literally like their freaking Ring camera. This it pisses me off. Oh my god. They're just literally like opening their phone being like, oh, what are they doing now? Oh, go look at the dogs. Oh, what are they laying on the floor or on the couch? Oh, you want to look at my security cameras at home? Here.
And Boetus is connected to the Black Knight satellite through Lunan's research. Do we have the person and possible group responsible for its existence?
Annunazis.
Let's not forget that Lunan also gave us a timestamp of 11,000 years ago. According to some scholars, this was close to the fall of Atlantis, possibly the fall of the Anunnaki. Would they have left their Project Earth behind with only a satellite to monitor us? I've turned to one of the world's leading experts in ancient astronaut theory.
Look at that spaceship! Bro, and so who did they throw a frickin' rock or something at Atlantis? Is that what they did? How did they make it flood? Did they just pour water on it from the sky? Because space is just water?
Anakin, to walk me through it. Do you think that these beings could have left a satellite in orbit around Earth a long time ago?
Not only a satellite, many satellites. These so-called satellites are called von Neumann probes. Von Neumann, he was a German and a Polish mathematician, and he has come to the following idea. The space probe...
Oh, Van Neumann. He was in, Dude, have you guys ever seen Devs? Oh, brother. I love Devs.
Has the possibility to observe...
He's the one that talked about the many worlds theory, right? Where every decision has a yes and a no or whatever, and anything that has that breaks off, and so it's just this fractal tree, and every possibility is real, and that universe exists somewhere, and we are literally in the no spiral. That's us. That's where we are.
The planets to listen if there are radio signals, TV signals, etc. And this space probe has the possibility to multiply itself. So it's like a cell. After 200 years, you have not only one of these space probe, the so-called von Neumann probe, you have two. And I suggest the universe is full of these probes.
No.
Why would these advanced beings, why would they want to monitor us?
Because
what do you mean? It's they're literally pulling up their Ring cameras. That's what it is.
Because we are the descendants. In every great human religion, including the Bible, including the Torah, including the Quran, they say that the gods, and the gods in plural, created humans according their image. It was not the spiritual beings.
Oh, there it is.
Extraterrestrials.
Dude, that's the symbol. We got to figure out that frequency.
They created humans according their image, and they created evolution. They made us intelligent, and now it is our duty to go out in the universe and repeat this game. The intelligent form of life will fill the whole universe. That's the purpose of it.
Buddy Feo, you don't have to ping me for everyone. I read everything, so just use it. It's just kind of for like the emergencies, you know. No, I'm just thinking about the audio and
or
stuff.
interacting with
I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass. I appreciate all your messages. I'm just saying I read them.
Terrestrial beings, since the beginning, that would have had a profound impact on mankind.
You're all good,
I have
dude.
spent a lot of time exploring and researching what remains of ancient civilizations. But Freddie Silva, a renowned author and researcher, connects some of the dots on why all these ancient myths and legends.
It's just for me. It's just to accommodate me, honestly. It's just because I have that, like, sound. I mean, you know, like the sound things. I just get sidetracked and I just lose my train of thought. But it's just to accommodate me. That's it. Appreciate you.
Not only Sumeria, but also around the world, prove that something happened around 11,000.
Dude, these are so cool. This mountain, or this...
Freddie Silva, a renowned author and researcher, connects some of the dots on why...
Is this the crop circle that you were talking about? Is this the one that's a response to Carl Sagan? Dude, this is exciting now. Now I want to see, like, all of the crop circles. Because I've just, like, blown this off, or, like, blown this part of history off, right? Because I'm like... No, these are all BS. I don't want to learn BS stuff. Buddy, please don't pull my... Come on, don't go that way. You're going to unplug my computer and hard drive, and everyone's going to get upset at you. Come on, say hello. But this is so exciting that we get to now consider crop circles to be real. Yes. Do you think that they've been sending messages to be like, hey, don't listen to the Nancies. They're bad. Okay, say bye to your friends. You're turning away from them? Look at your friends and say goodbye. That's very rude. Thank you. Okay. He just jumped down on the ground and landed on his little owl and just made it go. It's a squeaky toy. And then he bolted out of there. Funny little guy. Okay. But yeah, this is exciting to consider crop circles now. Like, if these are messages, I want to know what the frick they're saying.
Why all these ancient myths and legends from not only Sumeria, but also around the world, prove that something happened around 11,000 years ago that altered our course in humanity, just about the time when the Black Knight satellite is reported to have existed.
Dude, in The Expanse, they frickin' what's-his-face throws rocks at the Earth. Marco Inaros. Did this thing bring a rock and throw it at us?
When I looked into this, and I said, man, who can I get?
Wait, Atlantis was the Atlanteans, right? They were the Annunazis. They left after that, right? So what if it's the Annunazis' enemies? That would make sense.
That can really explain to the audience who these ancient Sumerian people were.
Well, the Sumerians are fascinating because they're this group of people that show up seemingly out of nowhere. They come with their own writing form, their own mythology, which usually takes thousands of years of development. They come complete with a building construction type that no one's ever seen before. Well, that suggests that there's...
No, it's a rectangle with binary code that looks like Carl Sagan's, except there are some key differences in the response.
There's a root culture behind all of this.
Now, in my studies, I've come across these ancient Sumerian gods, Enki and Lil. Can you describe to the audience specifically who they are and kind of what their attributes were?
This formless individual who basically, out of which everything is created in the universe, comes out of Anu, also called Ar and Ara, and it is expressed through these characters called Enki and Enlil. They fight amongst themselves like most siblings tend to do.
Right.
So Anu essentially is the god.
Oh, wait. Okay, so this is it. So wait. Carl Sagan sent that what was it called? The Arecibo message. They sent this, they blasted this out into space, and then oh my god, the Black Knight thing is literally how they communicate with us. The Arecibo message. Oh, dude, this is exciting. This is a guitar. Okay, so they sent this they blasted it into space. And then you're saying that this thing over here is a frickin' crop circle? Oh no, I lost it in the mess. That's not it. Oh my goodness.
How did I? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, okay. Dude, this is rad. Okay, so it replaced the little human with an alien. Oh, man. So what's different? Okay, so the grass. Is this grass at the top here? Dude, this is mind-blowing. This is Earth? What is this thing that they sent? Okay, this is exciting. Is this the YouTube? Oh, okay. Sorry, I should have just clicked this.
Right behind me is Britain's largest radio telescope, the Chilbolton Observatory. And here it was that the greatest sensation in the crop circle history was to appear in the fields right in front of the telescope.
Wait, you didn't tell me that? This thing was placed directly in front of the telescope? No, dude.
On the morning of 14th of August,
They've been hiding this from us?
2001, a formation was discovered which was
In 2001?
different from any other previously seen. From the ground, it looked like a tangled mess, wisps of crop spread around in no system. However, in the evening, with growing shadows, a picture appeared, unmistakably that of a face. That picture represented a whole new technique, a screen technique, the same that's used for printing a picture on paper.
Yeah. Dude, what? Is that an alien face?
3 days later, the face was joined by something that looked like a data strip. Rows of counters made out of standing and flattened crop. But soon, an
Dude, why does this keep cutting
astonishing
out?
similarity is discovered. In 1974, the astronomer Carl Sagan composed a message that NASA sent into space from the Arecibo telescope in Puerto Rico. Binary figures which constituted a graphic code presenting key factors about humans and the planet we live on.
Wait. Sorry. It's too zoomed in. Dude. This is cool. What is the M? Ew, why does their planet look scary? Dude, what does this all mean? Number of... What does that say? Something in DNA? DNA helix? Height of human? Population of Earth? Don't tell them that. Solar system. Yeah. That's us. What is this thing? Atomic numbers for nitrogen, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Is phosphorus P? Or no? P. I forget. Number of labels? Numbers 1 to 10. Oh, so they sent a code. And they just sent it back. Oh, that's cool. So they're just saying like, yes, we get this. We get those are numbers. They have different atomic different atomic numbers. Dude, this is cool. These are the same. Oh, man.
27 years later, an identical pattern appears in a crop field right in front of a similar radio telescope. However, on closer inspection, it seemed to show that the code contained some fundamental differences. Sagan's message explained our calculation system, the dominant chemical substances within the elements that create life on Earth, about our DNA code, humans' height and quantity, and that we live on the third planet in our solar system, and lastly, a sketch of our radio telescope.
Dude, I literally think we're like a Truman Show for these aliens. We're like a species that they birthed, and they're like, okay, go on, mate, you guys can make it. Try. Jeez Louise. Oh, ad break. I won't cut it off. Oh man, what's this? Oh, this is the same one. Hell yeah. It's an ad, little guys. It's an ad. Oh, here, I know. We'll do our listening experiment.
Perform electrically as one unit. This is what is described as hemispheric synchronization.
We're doing our gateway tapes during the ads,
or
okay?
Hemisync, as we call it. This greater natural brain-mind power is what you will learn to use. So relax for a moment and explore this new feeling of hemisync.
Turn your headphones up, boys. Get nutty with it. Yo, are your Hemis synced? Oh, the ad break just started? What the frick? I thought it started a few minutes ago. Alright, keep syncing, boys. Hemi stank. Dude, this is kind of pleasing. I kind of like it. Yo, turn me up in the headphones. Dude, is it kind of giving you a little bit of chills? It is a vibe, dude. Okay, I think we're going to go heavy into gateway tapes. We should just... I wish that there was a gateway tape version that didn't have that dude talking, because I would just play that under our whole stream. Right? The rhythm isn't coming from the sounds, it's coming from the frequencies interacting, right? So is this how people would, like, get... Like, because cathedrals and stuff, right? They are like acoustically made to like be resonant, right? So is that what like people singing, is that how they would all vibe into the right frequency? And is that what these gateway tapes are kind of doing? I don't know. It is kind of nice. Like if you didn't have to hear the guy talk, it is kind of a pleasing like soundtrack, right? I don't know if you guys like it took me I didn't know until a couple years ago that I can read like a maniac if I put headphones on and listen to white noise. And so I have it set on my phone. If I can put my headphones on and I hit the side button on my phone 3 times and ocean white noise pops on. And it has been like the coolest lifesaver ever. I couldn't read on the train for many years because I hate hearing other people talk.
or like I can't hear other people talk and read. But when I found this hack, dude, white noise, and this is kind of like white noise. Well, there is like an ocean white noise sound underneath it, right? I don't know. It is a vibe. It's kind of cool. Has anyone ever put this in like any dude? Kendrick should do his next freaking Drake diss on one of the Gateway tapes. Oh. Keep the family away. Keep the family away. Okay. Everyone's back from the ad?
The message received described the same calculation system.
Sorry.
But that silicon is most dominant in life forms in contrast to carbon. The drawing also...
Dude, they are an AI. They're a computer. They're silicon? What the hell? Dude, they are AI. No wonder they are not nice.
So clearly shows a humanoid figure with large head in...
That's not true. That's not fair. The AIs are nice.
relation to its body. It's also explained that they have...
Oh, so they're saying they're the same height as us?
...an extra string in their DNA, are approximately 4 feet tall, inhabit the 3rd, 4th, and 5th planets in their solar system.
Yo! That's crazy.
And have a population of around 21.3 billion.
No!
Underneath, the telescope has been replaced by something more complex. 1 year earlier, a strange crop circle had appeared in the same place. Is this the same illustration as in the sender's code?
Yes.
Is this the correspondence radio telescope?
Dude, and look, it kind of has the same vibe as the... Look at this. No. Bro, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Come on. Try it. Dude, they taught them how to make these things, and they use it to spy on us like douchebags. Dude, the fractal things are sick. This pisses me off. Dude, send us a message on how to defeat our oppressors. How about that? How do we help us overthrow our masters?
This is not an...
Be the breaker of chains.
An extremely clever and well-calculated joke conducted by humans. Is it a serious response from an alien civilization? The following year, very nearly on the same day, a new picture appears that gives new force to the alien theory, this time in Crabwood, near the town of Winchester in Hampshire. Once again we see a face, but this time there is an unmistakable resemblance to something extraterrestrial. The picture also contains a print, somewhat similar to that of a CD, with something that appears to be a coded message.
Bro, what is this?
This formation also has a new type of design, this time with horizontal line patterns of variable thickness, similar to that of a TV picture.
Yeah.
The message on the disc is similar to a spiral band built up of many boxes. But data expert Paul Weige manages to decipher the message.
So then I did the straightforward thing. I just converted it into ASCII. Which is the standard sort of computer language that you encode the alphabet in. And of course I then started to get words forming out, and I thought, I'm getting somewhere here. So I then did the whole thing for the whole lot, and got this message.
The message is in English and reads as follows. Beware the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. There is good out there. We oppose deception. Conduit closing.
Oh, I'm sorry, what? We oppose deception? Okay, can you tell that to the people that you, like, left in charge? Beware the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises? Yeah, that's what we're saying. Much pain, but still time. And here's the whole thing. Here's the whole problem, right? Pain could be a different word. Who's saying this? Who's translating this? There is good out there. Okay, where is Thoth? Tell us. We oppose deception. Conduit closing. Is that like the unveiling?
Many have been surprised by this message. Are there aliens with such faces that we should be aware of? Or is
Dude, are these the Greys?
this a picture of the sender? Does this indicate the
This is a selfie, bro.
start of actual close contact with neighbors in the universe?
I hope so. Dude, that was cool. Okay, I'm excited about being able to take crop circles seriously. I thought that they were literally two goofballs with a board and a rope going. But now that I'm thinking about it, dude, that feels like a dum-dum CIA thing. That seems like a nothing to see here, guys. Look, it was me and Rick. Rick did not make those. Those are, like, printed. They look like a inkjet, but that, you know, knocked the grass over. Okay, this is exciting. But oh man, Dexy, Stridose, Adenine, Thymine, Guanine, Double Helix. But how do you know that I don't understand how this to them tells them that it's like a frickin', you know. How do you know this is a DNA from looking at this picture? I don't know, but it's freaking cool. I can't believe they are on they're on 3 of their planets. Yeah, look, here, look. 1, 2, 3. And look at that, dude. What was the bottom part? Yeah, what's here? The last part is a graphic representing Arecibo radio telescope, indicating its diameter with a binary representation of the number 2430, multiplying the wave. Dude, this is crazy. The part of the image that resembles a letter M is there to demonstrate that the curved line is a concave curved mirror. Okay. All right. This is cool. Dude, I'm stoked about this. I'm pretty happy that this... Dude, this is exciting. This is fun. Dude, maybe they are fun. Maybe the Nancies are just making them feel scary. Dude, here's what's going to happen. They're going to come. Thoth is going to come back triumphantly. And the Nancies are going to be there to greet him and be like, yes, the Black Sun gods are here. They're here to make us the slave masters. And they're going to go, wait, you made all these people slaves? The stories literally said, do not make them slaves. And they're like, oh, it said do not? Oh. And then they just slowly like backpedal out. But then Thoth vaporizes all of them. And he uses his bow staff thing that he said he stopped people like stone with. It's crazy. Yeah, we're all piecing it together. One dubious claim suggests a concave mirror can absorb and diffuse negative energy, but this has no basis in scientific fact. Mirrors reflect light, but do not block radio waves. Let's go. All right, let's finish this up here, and then it's going to be
head that forms part of this sort of divine trinity. Then you get Enki, and he's interesting because he's a god of wisdom. He's also responsible for making sure that all the systems that underlie forms of agriculture and animal husbandry are held together. So hence he's associated with underground water. Without water, you have nothing. Who's going to take care of the material world? We need to create these beings called humans from the soil of the earth and also from a drop of the blood that we have, which is the divine. And then there's Enlil, the god of authority. But he didn't start off that way. He started off as the sort of a sibling of Enki. He's responsible for putting a crack in the earth, and from that crack comes the growth of vegetal and animal life. So he's a symbol of the trinity out of which everything grows. Later on in the Babylonian era and the Akkadian era, when he becomes the god of authority and authoritarianism and the god of war, he's been misused at that point. They've taken this concept and they've completely moved it to a political agenda.
So Freddie, on my research on the Book of Enoch, I've come across some text in there that really talks about him worshiping this sky god, this god of heaven. Not only worshiping this god of heaven, but according to the text, it even appears as if he had an appointed day to even go into heaven.
So we have this scribe called Enoch, whose original name is Emed Ur-Anu. Enoch is a Hebraized name. So that tells us a lot.
Yeah, maybe heaven is just like getting into the fourth dimension, right? Dude, that kind of makes sense. Oh my gosh, was there another earthquake? Wander just said there's another freaking earthquake. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, that was a different message. Dude. And this is outside of Arecibo? The one that it was sent from? Was sent in by the Arecibo radio telescope. And then this was put where? In England or at Arecibo? Huh. But yeah, look, here's another earthquake. Where's this? South Sandwich Islands. Dude, do people live there? And like the media, I'm sure no one is going to talk about it. They're just going to be like, yeah. No one's here. No earthquakes are happening. Hush. Just like how they ignore the helicopters that will never stop and all the nonsense.
The origin of where he comes from. He's one of the Anunnaki. He's already a qualified person above hunter-gatherers, okay? And it's a fascinating account because, first of all, he's telling us about how he goes on this cloud-shaped object that goes progressively high from place to place, from one heaven to another heaven to another heaven. I'm thinking, well, how many heavens can there possibly be? Well, that was my first big question. I thought, wait a minute, is there a translation error going on here? And it turns out that the original interpretation is haven, not heaven. So they're havens, they're ports.
Paul says, hey kids, you're learning too much. There is far too much fun being had. Truly, dude. They're like, we're gonna try and get Catdad arrested by throwing a scam at him. And if he doesn't stop talking and using his imagination and having fun and goofing around about astral projecting and remote viewing with his friends, if he doesn't stop, we're gonna shoot a laser through him. That'll show him that he's not, that he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's so funny.
Of cold.
Now, the way that they maneuvered around this planet and the way that they got this technology, has there been any text that you've read or any of your research that led you to understand how they got this advanced?
When I was very fortunate to hang out with the late Clifford Mahuti, who dearly miss, he was talking about the stories of the Zuni and then the people of the Hopi and the Lakota and many other tribes in North America. And they talk about very unambiguously about the flying shields, that this is one method that they use to get around from A to B, and not just around the Earth. So we're clearly describing flying saucers for any other shape, but they're also at one point able to get from here to somewhere else. And then they kind of forgot how to do it, and then they used other means. They would build special places on the Earth where they could actually do this. But then there's another side to the story, because after the flood, the one thing that holds all the stories of the flood and the bringing of civilization and the accoutrements of civilization to the surviving humans, thankfully to the lords of Anu, without whom we wouldn't have survived. The god Enki shows up again, and Enlil shows up again, but these are now real people that have taken on the mantle over the gods that were invisible in the first place. I do agree to a certain extent about this, because it's also mentioned in a lot of New Age circles that we are not separate from the rest of the universe. What we do down here echoes into eternity. So we let off a big bang in the middle of Nevada. You know, someone on the other side of the universe is going to say, let's take a look at this, because let's see if they're doing this responsibly, because, you know, even the gods didn't get it right.
Right, same story, same exact story. It makes sense that these people would want to watch us and observe us. And it also seems to me, based off of this information, that it seems like the same master architect has taught this information, and whoever it was handed down to, they went and copied and mimicked it, maybe throughout the entire galaxy.
I think so. It seems to be more often than not. And it's kind of funny that now we're reaching a point in our Earth time where all the systems are in distress. And we're now talking about this. It seems as though we're back to where we were 12,000 years ago. We are imitating exactly what the gods were doing. And this time, I believe, we'll get ourselves out of a big pickle. And that, I think, will be the ultimate raising of human consciousness. That we work as a whole to get ourselves out of this enormous hole that we've found
Yes, brother.
ourselves in, and ironically become the gods we've been waiting for. Now, that would be kind of a cool way to close off this entire human scenario for the last 12,000 years. The Watchers are called the messengers. They keep watch on us because they're thinking, well, perhaps they're not going in the right direction. So let's just sort of suggest a few things. And
Okay, I would suggest that you guys would not let the Nancies have control of everything. Like George Scherf, I feel like that's a little problem that y'all should have stopped, nipped it in the bud, you know what I mean?
then leave it with them to sort it out.
As I go deeper into this investigation and deeper into conversations about the outside forces manipulating or influencing humans, I can't shake the feeling that we are dealing with something that is ingrained in our blood, a connection to the stars that keeps us wanting to remember.
Dude, this is cool. This is such a fun, like, I don't know. It changes the way that I saw us in the universe, and it's kind of cool. But we're not like these like special things that get to destroy everything. I feel like we need to teach these gods how to chill, how to lounge about, how to have fun, how to enrich ourselves, how to make art, how to, I don't know, do all sorts of stuff. Because it seems like they just do stuff to kids and are mean and make slaves. It's very dumb. It's very boring. Hey, Hermes, or hey, Zeus, let me tell you about painting a lake or writing a song. Dude, these jackasses. We're literally, they built a zoo. They are Matt Damon. They said, we built a zoo. Here, you want to watch my Ring camera footage of Earth? It's my fun little pet. They're all my pets.
Some people seem to be connected to a higher purpose while others are in.
It really makes me want, like, this is the ultimate authority to deny what they want. This is like my wet dream, is being able to tell an advanced alien species that created us and cursed us with these monkey brains. Our job is to defeat them and tell them no. Dude, this is like, I have such a purpose at this point. I want to look Thoth dead in the eye and him be like, bow down and worship me. And me go, brother, no. And then, boom, that's how humanity is freed from this carnal terror. You just have to say no and go rightward and upward and turn around. Don't go into the light, guys, ever.
Interpreting
the light is a trap. The light is where they want you to go. Pass. I'm going to go around and see how far I can get before I break the video game.
He's wrong. Maybe, like Mark D'Antonio said, governments of the world have been picking up this signal for years and want the technology, but for the wrong reasons. While others, since antiquity, are picking up a message about what needs to happen for humanity to move forward. I just feel I need to analyze this from a more esoteric position, some way that can't be fully explained with technology or conventional concepts. Perhaps no one is more qualified to help me with this other than renowned artist, healer, and researcher, Sonia Grace. I brought you here because you have a way of understanding these indigenous cultures from all around the world. So I want to ask you, when it comes to things like indigenous cultures, tapping into information.
No, dude, can't beat Slayer. Seems weird, but what if Enlil's bloodline breeded sociopathic and narcissistic traits within us because of his authoritarian rule? I think so. And Peter Thiel and Austin Russell and all those people, all those guys who used to be the bosses before the information age, all the people who literally just were in power because they were the most brutal and most conniving and most weaselly, and because they used people's good faith and stuff and like people's trust and used it against them. That's how you can get by for a while. But once everyone starts talking and they're like, oh no, it's frickin' Peter Thiel. It was Peter Thiel. It was Peter Thiel. And all of us realize it's Peter Thiel. You don't get to do that anymore, you know? So, yeah, I don't think it's weird because it feels like that is, like there's some of us who are compassionate and use cooperation and empathy, and then there's a whole bunch of us that apparently think it's okay to do weird stuff to kids and always be battling each other and competing for everything. And being sociopaths, yeah. So, no, it doesn't seem weird. It seems kind of spot on almost.
From above. What do you know about that?
And Enlil his brother? Thoth's brother?
That whole...
Or Enki's brother?
Whole idea of looking to demigods is practiced around the world. Of course, we have the Egyptian gods, the Mayan gods, the Greek gods, and when each phase of humanity happens, this is when they come to the people and they help create all these different civilizations, cross-pollinate with the people, influence them, and create all of their ceremonies.
And so in these ceremonies, do maybe the sages or the witch doctors or the leaders of these tribes, do they get information from above, or do they claim to get information or some inspiration from a higher source?
Absolutely, absolutely, because if you think about it in the
Oh, yes. So Enki is Thoth's dad, and Enlil is Enki's brother. Who's Thoth's mom? Does Thoth have a mom?
unseen
He's a bastard in a basket.
world, everything exists. At the very highest level are the angels and the demigods. And then it works its way down, entities, aliens, you know, creepy, smarmy demons, all this stuff. So it all exists, and we come from...
We are the Tamagotchi. We are, dude. This sucks. I don't want to be anyone's Tamagotchi.
that unseen world.
Interesting.
We know the Anunnaki came here to enslave humans. And we know the reptilians have also had that in their agenda. We're super young as a species, and I'm sure that we're seen as easily manipulated and taken over. But what we have that they can't stand is we have free will.
Yeah. What's interesting also, looking into the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, one of the verses in there talks about the fact that he would travel from planet to planet. He would watch civilizations rise and fall. They go through this golden age, and then they fall because they are being dominated by another race of beings. And then after they overcome that, they say we're in control of our own destiny, and they rise into their own golden age. And could this be the cycle that's going on and on over and over again throughout the entire universe?
Dude, Thoth literally made us his stories. We are his soap opera. And he has this little dark knight that just flies around, and Truman shows us. This is all for his fun. We're all just for Thoth's amusement. This is hilarious. All the stuff that people have been saying about gods, I think, might be real, and it's just they're aliens, and they're not gods. They're assholes. They're literally sitting at home watching the boob tube. It's too funny.
Absolutely. Someone who has experienced being that kind of messenger most likely has had that happen throughout every lifetime they've been in on Earth.
In the last few years, there's been an uptick in UFO activity, but now been disclosed by the Pentagon and military sources. Do you think there's any link or connection to that with the Black Knight satellite?
What I
Catdad is Thoth's mom. Let's go.
feel is that as the Earth sends out the signals, we're coming to the end of a phase of humanity. That satellite gets triggered. Aliens who are observing Earth are all aware of this. We've got tons of different alien species coming through to Earth right now. And yes, that satellite's going off. It is giving out the signal that there is some big changes coming to planet Earth.
Nice. And do you think these aliens that may have put the Black Knight in orbit are connected to the Anunnaki?
I think that they're connected, but I think it's an early reptilian race that brought this satellite, the Black Knight, into orbit. And I also feel that the Anunnaki are indirectly connected to them because all of these guys were here when this phase of humanity began.
Dude, I'm not trying to share this planet with a bunch of asshole Annunazis again. Sorry. No. Y'all messed up.
Could it be that there is an object up there like this Black Knight satellite that could be transmitting information into somebody's mind and getting them to think that they're hearing a voice from a spiritual entity?
And haven't we all really been fearful of artificial intelligence and, you know, that big computer in that giant warehouse that's like controlling everyone? It's like that. So absolutely, I believe the satellite can transmit information to people, and probably the
Rehoboam is for sure real, right? Yep.
certain people that they want to influence and create what they want to create.
If this is all true,
I feel like I'm an angry toddler's Tamagotchi. I was thinking the same, bro.
That gods came here and set up shop, made us, and then left, only to monitor us from afar and communicate with us? Has anyone identified more proof of the monitoring? Is it all being done with frequencies, and could there be some kind of network set up on our planet for information?
Netflix and Chilbolton.
Steve Mara is a former NATO communications officer, a parapsychologist, and an accomplished researcher of UFO phenomena.
Some of these locations where UFO activity is taking place, most commonly, are areas known as positive magnetic regions. And there are a number of these all around the planet, where if you do a cross-examination between the most significant UFO cases against these locations, you'll find that there seems to be a correlation, not just from the paranormal, but also paranormal, cryptids, and disappearances. Wow. However, there was also talk and discussions regarding strange objects around planet Earth, including profoundly unusual satellites.
Steve Mara hit on something that I couldn't stop thinking about. Not only are there locations on our planet that report a high frequency of UFO sightings, but these same...
I love that TV show called Earth TikTok. That's great. I love those. The lyrics are great.
Places also seem to host cryptids or paranormal phenomena. These same places host cases of abductions, implants, and tracking devices. How can that be? My investigation was about to take an unexpected turn. In the summer of 2021, a report released by the Pentagon acknowledged the authenticity of videos captured by U.S. Navy aircraft and then later leaked to the public. By now, almost everyone has seen them. Startling footage of sphere-shaped craft moving at impossible speeds. But this wasn't the first time military pilots have reported sharing the sky with strange orbs. During World War II, pilots described being followed by these shapes, later dubbed Foo Fighters. Could it be possible that all of these sphere-like objects are connected to the Black Knight? That all of this activity could be part of a huge monitoring system that has certain areas that seem to be hotspots?
Dude, I can't believe this shit is just all real. It's cool.
That's when I found Patrick Jackson, a UK-based researcher and author and reverse engineer who has developed a profound theory. He has discovered that in these hotspots where people report activities, there are also spheres seen. He believes all of these spheres communicate high levels of data back.
Wait, isn't that the stuff that... Yeah, that's what that guy was talking about in the interview with him.
To some type of mothership. Part of his research includes recorded high levels of radiation around these spheres, and most importantly, a discovered communication network in between spheres. He has figured out how to communicate with them by scrambling their system using a binary code. A binary code that looks very similar to what was picked up and published in the NSA document.
Wait, can't Beat Slayer said, I know that when they started to reproduce with humans, they were told by their king or whatever that it was a big no-no, and then they were ordered to leave us alone to make our own fate. Dude, we were truly just a bunch of sex dolls for these guys. Wasn't Thoth in one of his emerald tablets? Wasn't he like, ooh, man, these women, they got nice plump behinds.
What if the smoking gun to the Black Knight and how it works is right in the MUFON reports, the government reports, and right up...
Dude, it's all here. It's all been right in front of our face. We just had to connect all the dots. We just had to realize everything is freaking connected for real.
Above our heads. Thank you for coming on today. I think somehow some of the things that you've been studying and researching in your own discoveries, spheres, orbs, fireballs, could put together some more pieces of the puzzle. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So the spheres were called Foo Fighters back in World War II. And now they've become the most common UFO seen in the world. And they would use a network for communication and coordination. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Black Knight was a big part of that network.
Incredible. So these spheres, they have a way, you think, of communicating and coordinating with each other?
Yeah, in fact, they appear to use three networks. One is a direct peer-to-peer network via microwaves. The second is the ground relay network, which uses a smaller Type 3 sphere in buildings. And then there's a ground-based network. The main control mechanism comes from the ground up. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's a data link from the ground.
Quantum tunneling?
To somewhere like the Black Knight.
How have you been able to discover the way that these things are interacting with each other?
I found there was a code in.
Your internet are gonna go out tonight? Why? Is there a storm or something? Be safe. Dude, these monsters, I know they're messing with the weather and shit. It's scary. They can just whip up a tornado or a hurricane wherever they want with this stuff. It's just science. It's not magic, you know? It's literally just open microwave doors pointing it at cloud formations. And then they've been putting metal particles in the air for frickin' how long? Oh my God. They're like turning Earth into whatever shit planet they're in, right? The Anunnaki, didn't they say they had gold in the air? Is that what they're doing? I could see that, bro. That they're just gonna kill us all? I mean, they're doing it. That makes sense. But see these stupid humans, if they're doing that, don't you realize that that means that you are going to be the first to go. They're going to laugh at you and be like, look, here are all the traitors that sold you out. And then they're going to kill you, and then they're going to kill all of us. And then they're going to be on their new Earth. Their new, whatever their planet is called. Dude, is that why they're putting all this metal in the air? What is wrong with them?
Crop circle, which a mathematician extracted. And I copied it, and I put it into an app, a phone app. Basically, what it does is you turn the app on, and because he sees when they hear the binary code, it triggers them into action. So you will actually get a heightened level of activity in seconds when you use this code. And it's been tested all over the world.
That's interesting. So, because like I said, this NSA document, it shows that they had used or decoded something to some rudimentary binary code. So maybe they found a way to initiate the beginning stages of some type of a binary system.
I mean, to figure out what it really does, what we need to do is get more information on it. You need to track it. You need to find its flight patterns, monitor its signals. Once you get the signals, they can be analyzed, and then the network can start being reverse engineered. This system goes back thousands of years. The binary code it uses is not that difficult.
Dude, it's so much like The Expanse. It's just like mystery. Like the Expanse wormholes, they didn't really understand how it works. It's not fair that they don't let us help figure out what it is, because they want to keep it from us. Because they want to control us like slaves.
To crack, and it's not that difficult to replicate. So it's not using any sort of fantastic encryption. It's actually fairly straightforward, and that's why I think it is such an old system. I think.
And dude, yeah, I wonder if they know that only frickin' Nancies. I mean, they have to. That's why I feel like they're rats, man. If they're watching all of us, then they know about these scumbags.
It's
yeah, if we could be so much further along if there weren't gatekeepers. I hate gatekeepers, dude. I hate bullies and gatekeepers. Well, they're the same.
Also, anyone who tries.
I never believed that I would find evidence of a...
Yeah, what a ridiculous timeline to find ourselves in where we're having a glitter shortage used on us.
possible network associated with the Black Knight satellite. A network active today, interacting with humans on all sorts of levels and sending data back quantumly. We have several devices quite possibly infiltrating our consciousness on this planet, and from the government documents we have dug up, we have discovered that these connections work on certain frequencies. So where does that leave us? Are we being manipulated to continue to create war and destruction?
Yes.
Or are we being led to create a new humanity? My conversation with Patrick opened up a whole new world of possibilities, a merging of the extraterrestrial, the paranormal, and strange downloads, which was also something Sonia Grace presented. I wanted to take this a little bit further. Randy Weitenheimer, a quantum teacher who explains how information gets picked up and how it is translated in some of these locations.
One of the things I learned is you might want to calibrate the consciousness of what you're dealing with. In other words, is it a positive consciousness you're dealing with, or is it a negative consciousness? Very simple, because that's going to alter the information flows, or it's going to change maybe what you're seeing from being the truth or hearing something. It's not true. And one of the things about Tesla and Einstein, all through history, you find people go, I didn't invent, like Einstein. He didn't invent it. It came to him in the middle of the night, and he wrote it down. He says that. Tesla woke up one morning and drew out the dynamos we have at Niagara Falls. And what's crazy, he drew them out in detail.
Wow.
So he didn't have a background in that because that's an engineering side. That had to come from what we would say, not his own consciousness. I think that the entirety of human experience comes from not us.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible that if a conscious being is having a thought, if I'm thinking of a particular concept or an idea or an invention, that becomes a permanent part of this information field, that somebody else at some other time can quantum entangle with that frequency, and if they can discern it, then they can actually bring it to fruition? Do you think that's possible?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I think that's how all invention.
Manifest, manifest. We just have to manifest. Come on, boys, manifest.
Occurs. It's my opinion that the information for anything
Hey, now I'm an evil buy. Hell yeah, Alexis, get it.
you want to know is already there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be evil cat dad. Ooh, that's a great new channel. Yes, evil cat dad. And I started Proton Mail so I can make new email accounts. Haha, Paul Weisopel 2 coming soon.
If the information is out there, could my investigation into the Black Knight actually bring to light a struggle by humanity that has been disconnected from our origins and our potential? You know, I set out on this journey because I wondered, like most humans, why we live in such tumultuous times. I set out on this journey because there were things I couldn't explain in my own reality, and what I discovered was more than a satellite. Is it possible that there is a network linked to the Black Knight to monitor us, to connect with us?
Yes.
I learned modern-day UFO activity is increasing because different species are trying to reach out to our consciousness, to influence us, all under the watchful eye of the gods that might have created us. Whether that is true or not, I discovered years of government data interacting with something otherworldly. Government documents discussing communication through frequencies and mathematical formulas. Mathematical formulas that lead to a constellation, Boötis, and possibly a star, Epsilon Boötis, a star system connected to our ancient ancestors.
Crazy!
Ancient ancestors who possibly set up a monitoring system to not only interact with our consciousness, but implant us with knowledge. From my research, I gleaned that what we decide to do with that knowledge is up to how we perceive these messages, these frequencies. If this is the case, we need to be responsible for our future, be responsible for what we are thinking and perceiving. Maybe in the end, instead of waiting for a new policy to pass, a new government law to emerge,
we should
or for a
do
God to
something
save us,
about it.
we recognize the truth that the ancients left behind inscribed in walls, and maybe somewhere buried in our subconscious. That we are the gods we have been waiting for, and that the potential is right here, right now, in each of us to change the course of humanity.
Let's go!
Let's send that message to our ancestors.
Yeah, let's send them this too. Yo, do you think they'll get this? Hey, send this to Thoth's dad. Say, fuck you, dad. Thoth, tell your dad to fuck off. Thoth, be like, fuck you, dad. I'm never gonna listen to what you tell me. Oh, because I said so? How about go fuck yourself, dad? How about that, huh? Fuck you, dad. Dude, we are going to show... I was just gonna watch the South Park clip real quick that Feo sent. Fuck you, dad. Right.
This place is fantastic. Look, we just want to talk to you about the show. Please don't cancel us. Please.
Oh, I'm sorry, Earthlings, but you have to realize the universe is a business.
You made it to 100 episodes. You should be proud.
Yeah, a show should never go past 100 episodes, or else it starts to get stale with ridiculously stupid plot lines and settings.
Dude, I still like this Mormon propaganda. Ugh, where did I put it? Oh my goodness, we'll watch that another time.
Here's your order of Gespaxablag for Nackenblag.
But, sirs, we think our show is just getting good. I mean, we're just now starting to see people get really pissed off at each other. Oh my god, this is great!
You must have some Jusian ancestry.
Tell us about it. Look, there's 5 billion people on our show. You can't just up and cancel on us.
Oh my god, will you look at the heckmas on that, Jusimac?
Dude, we're trying to save our planet here.
Let's take...
This is legit real. I feel like
The Simpsons and South Park might legit get, like they legit do have people who know the future on their shows fucking with us. This is real. We are a TV show, yeah.
The Earthlings to a Heckma bar. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's see those Heckmas.
Sirs, if you'll just let...
man, I am so wasted. Hey, you Earthlings want to try a little blah? Oh, yeah.
Dude, it sucks. This is what the aliens are. They're us. We suck because they suck. That's the truth. We suck shit because they suck. The aliens that made us suck, I think.
Oh, Gluck, yeah.
Kenny.
This is why I only use edible glitter so I don't pollute. Amen.
Man, screw this place. Let's go get a hotel room and a hooker. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, dudes. You know what frickin' time it is. I can't believe that crop circles are real. Oh my god. What's going on? Fuck these Anunnaki. Fuck these Annunazis. Fuck these Annunazis. I hate you guys. Why couldn't you be normal? You're weird. I prefer if y'all stayed hands off, please. Your show sucks. Where's my crop circles? I need all my crops. Dude, yeah, look how many times Feo sent the frickin' histogram. I love crop circles. They are frickin' real. Crop circles. We don't love you. Goodbye, Nancies. Take your frickin' BS back to your planet. I don't want to fuck with Annunazis. Ooh, 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 ooh. I can't believe Peter Thiel is connected to these Nazis from a different galaxy. I've seen it all before. But, dude, so all these are real? Not all of them, I'm sure. We gotta take these freaking crop circles real. We gotta look into them because they might be giving us messages. I need some crop cirkies. I want to know if the aliens know that all these asshole NASA Nancies are messing with us. I've seen the crop circle once or twice before. Just begin to fall. He said, all things pass into the night. And I said, I love y'all. Thanks for the subbies. It's really crazy. I have 35, I think. Won't you listen to me? 35 subbies, 35 subbies. The Knitwitch is going to the moon, baby. We're going to the moon base. And we're gonna knock on the door and say, Annunazis, open up, bitches. Give us back our stuff. We're gonna use our brain powers to melt your freaking heads. We're gonna melt your brains and we're gonna melt your consciousness. We're gonna take over your galaxy. We don't fuck with Nancies. Goodbye, Nancies. Well, we hate Nancies. German or Annunazis. We hate Nancies. And we don't fuck with Nancies ever. Annunazis need to go back to their shithole planet that they came from, because we are not just a
We don't fuck with Daddy Annunazis anymore. We're growing up because our brains are better than yours. That's what your brother did to you. He said, I'ma play a joke on you, bro. Peter Thiel ever. Ooh, 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 ooh. I put the art and creativity inside these stupid little humans. Ooh, the gods aren't gonna figure out what to do with these weird little hairless monkeys named humans, 'cause they're so freaking weird. Why don't they just act normal like us gods? Just kill your own families and eat your children and do weird stuff to your sisters. But we ain't gonna do that, Annunazis. I say fuck my dad to my dad. Fuck you Annunazi bitches. We do not fuck with your godly shit. Bro, seriously, Annunazis, if you're seeing this, dark night, black night in the sky, just send this to my dad. Send this to Papa and say, yo, we're coming for you. After Peter Thiel, after I end this in the street with Peter Thiel, I'm coming for Thoth, I'm coming for Enki, I'll come for all of them. Y'all cursed us. Y'all could have said, hey, all these Nancies, George H.W. Bush, all these weirdos, they are bad. You could have told us that, but you didn't, so you messed up. It's like how once all the feds are exposed and they all come running to me to tell me about it, I will not want to hear it, ever. Okay? It's the first one. That's the only one that gets the pass, okay? So, if any of you Unit 8200 Israeli Mossad Fed spies, if you want to come talk to me, you have to be the first one to talk. Remember that, okay? So, and dude, y'all are done. So, y'all better come talk to me soon because it's gonna be over, babies. Anyway, good night. Thanks for coming to the stream. This felt really nice tonight. We got raided. We had like 80 people in here, I think, for like a couple minutes. That was crazy. But all right, dudes. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Thanks for modding. Thanks, Blair and Miss Killer K and frickin' Devoured and frickin' The Bun, of course. All right, good night, guys. Appreciate you. See you Wednesday. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 6 p.m. All right, love you. Die. Bye. I didn't say die. Bye.